Well, I guess Google and YouTube can be believed. We are live. That's what you're supposed to say, right? All righty. So this is our fourth installment of our All for One Regime Diabolique Lights and Darkness campaign. This is a Dance with the Devil. And so I will be your game master this evening. And I have the other three fellows here that have already ran the game. And so I will have them identify themselves in character. Take it away, Seb.
My name is Jean-Marie. I am a monster hunter, a hunter, a musketeer. I come from Orléans, and these are my friends.
Thank you, Jean-Marie.
Plaisir.
Alphonse?
Yes, of course. Oh, what is it? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm Alphonse Ruol at your service, King's Musketeer, and a good one at that. I'm here to serve friends and protect it with my friends. But just wait a minute. I have that lady to go here upstairs. Wait a minute.
Well, that's what we're getting from him.
She's not there anymore.
All righty.
I am Martin, King's Musketeer. Slightly better than the rest of you. But very devout. I spend most of my free time at church and the rest of my free time at church.
Yeah, and there you have it. There are three musketeers for this evening. So, we'll open this up, and you have been invited to a masquerade ball. Not a ball with heads that's upstate at the Louvre, but a ball nonetheless. And apparently, if the rumors can be believed, following an unconfirmed bout of excitement at another party, which may or may not have involved an illegal duel, we're not sure. Suddenly, inviting a musketeer or two or three to your party has become all the rage and fashionable. It is unclear whether inviting a number of Cardinals guards to the same event is just as fashionable. This is only speculation. However, it seems to be all the rage. You are a hot commodity these days. And so what you know, and literally when I say the musketeers, four musketeers have been invited. Young Philippe is not with you. He's been spending a lot of time at the Renoir Academy, drilling and helping to instruct the brand new students to break them in. He spends a lot of time there. Spent awful lot of time there drilling. But as far as you know, the ball is going to be at the estate of the Enigmatic. And here's the thing: I got a lot of French. I had a French name generator on the web, so I'm going to butcher their names mercilessly. Which we're used to. Yeah. But let's go to Lieve Lussier. She has an estate on the outskirts of Paris, not that far from where you are. And the ball itself is in 1 day's time. Today is Thursday, so the ball is going to be Friday night. And go to Lieve. Her name is famous around Paris. Moderately famous, but she's a sole heiress of a sizable fortune. You're not sure fortunate from what. She is notable for traveling abroad quite a bit, entertaining her fellow nobles with social events, and for her many lovers. Are you listening, Alphonse? The invitation to a party like this is not to be passed up lightly. So it is rather exciting to get these invitations. The four of you, out of all the musketeers, have received these invitations. So, where are you right now? It is early morning. Well, it's late morning, which qualifies as early morning if you're a musketeer. That is day off. And it is a spectacular day. It's the kind of day which makes you glad to be alive and in Paris. It's a day that's so glorious that despite the rivalry between you and the Cardinals guards, it's like you can't really bring yourself to spoil that day by quarreling too much. So there might be a friendly wave here and there. Might be.
Always.
Yeah, always. And you are at an outdoor cafe, which is bustling with activity. And despite the anachronistic nature of the cafe and of the croissant, which are not due for some years hence, why spoil perfection? So you are at a cafe. You are having croissant, your fruits and cheeses, and like civilized men, a little wine.
What a nice way to start the evening, the day. Sorry. Yeah.
I told you those croissants was fantastic.
I'm very glad that the that vendor has been able to set up his own shop. Such an inventive fellow.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm sure he made a fortune by then.
He will be famous.
He maybe earn more than a king's musketeer, I would say.
Probably. And did he name these after you, Jean-Marie?
No.
Are you sure?
Do they look like crosses to you? Du Croisé, my family's name, is named after the Croisade, the Crusade.
Looking at it,
The Holy Cross.
it looks like the symbol the Muslims have on their flag. You know?
It's, one symbol's as good as another, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. As long as it tastes good.
On to something. Maybe we should eat those crescent.
I pour Jean-Marie some more wine. Return to my croissant.
I dunk my croissant into the wine.
That's civilized right there. So as you're dining and as you're bantering, you cannot help but notice a petite young lady enter the dining area, probably about the farthest spot from where you are. And she begins to speak with the head waiter, the original owner of the bread stand not so long ago, the inventive fellow. And she's well dressed, clearly not a noble, but not a peasant, probably servant class. She's pretty, but she's not stunning. But she captures your attention instantly because she's quite advanced in her participation in the miracle and the duty of women to replenish the earth with mankind. About 8 months.
Wow.
Oh
yeah. So she's waddling. And after a brief interchange with the head waiter, and she's just somebody you've noticed because she's a little girl and she's very pregnant.
I'll just lean in and whisper to Breeze Core, "Is it yours?"
Of course it is! Slap on the shoulder.
Yeah. I have to search
Half of
my
Paris
mind.
is.
Well, go ahead. Why
No, you put me in doubt here, my friend.
Oh, don't be shy. Go say hello.
Oh, well, I stand up. I go to the lady.
Well, as you stand up, oddly enough, they're quite a distance away, maybe, just far enough you can't really hear them. There's bustle and whatnot. She's clearly talking to the owner, head waiter, whatever you want to call him, of the establishment. All of a sudden he smiles and just like he got what she was saying. She understood what she was looking for. And he turns and he points directly at your table. And really directly at you as you're standing up. It's like, and you can't read lips, but you get the idea. He's pointing right at you, smiling. Yes, there.
And I respond with an evident, of course, it's us. Come. Hey, we have a guest, friend. We have a guest. Come. We were waiting for you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, she smiles. She clearly recognizes Alphonse. She curtsies to the owner of the establishment. He bows, and she starts walking right to your table.
I cannot believe, Martin, you were right.
I'm still looking at the lady and searching. That's the thing when you see too much faces in your life. You don't remember them.
Funny you should mention that. Why don't you roll me an intelligence check to see if you can remember who this young lady is?
Yes.
It's
okay. The player in me knows. Well, I have a doubt. Okay, intelligence check. Unmodified. Kind of.
So you're going to roll twice your intelligence.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I think
kind of a memory test.
Yeah.
One success. I'm not.
Really, rolling 4 dice, 1 success.
Yeah, I should.
Okay,
Below the average. I think the wine just, you know,
maybe try her back. Maybe you'll remember her back.
Well, there have been so many women, so many.
Let her approach.
Oh, and she is.
Oh, welcome, my dear, and I kiss her in the hand. It's been so long.
Oh, Alphonse, yes, very long. She pats her stomach. Very long since you have seen me. Do you not remember my name?
Martin, watch this. This is going to be a great moment in my life.
We will study
course,
at the feet of
of
the
course, I
master.
remember, but I'll let you guess.
What am I
No?
going to guess?
Your name? Is it a
This is
musketeer's
going
joke?
to be good.
Sit down. Sit down. I take my. The woman is pregnant. I sit there. Are you comfortable? Do you want some wine? No.
Yeah, she grabs a glass of wine. She sits down. She's obviously just hustling, bustling, and getting in that chair and getting herself up.
Who's the lucky father of this one?
What it is Nathaniel Brasseur, Cardinal's guard. Surely you know him.
Ah, yeah. Why this name? Just out of game. We've met that guy.
You have not in game. He's a Cardinal's guard, and he's a guy that you don't know him very well.
Okay.
But he hangs with some of the other guys with Henri's crowd.
Oh, Etienne.
Yeah.
Ah, well, that will be a proud. This baby will make him very proud. I'm sure of that. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, as you remember, Nathaniel isn't necessarily a real nasty guy. He's probably one of the nicer guys you have to deal with. But you said it is I, Jacqueline, maidservant of Josephine, Henri's wife.
Oh, yeah.
You broke Anthony.
This is the best day ever.
Alphonse, are you all right? You're so quiet. He's maybe frozen.
He's frozen in shock.
See if he gets unfrozen here. I may have actually given him a heart attack.
It's funny.
See if he comes back.
He's perfect.
Maybe just rage quit. Maybe.
Rage quit.
Yeah. He's speechless.
Well,
anyway.
I'm leaning towards Martin, and I'm just commenting on Briscoe. He's an attraction to me. He makes me laugh. He's one of the few things in life that makes me laugh, makes me happy. So
It's true.
So I cannot believe the constant flow of stupidity that comes out of his mouth. It's amazed me every time.
Is it stupidity or is it genius?
I'm pretty sure it's stupidity, but I'm willing to suspend.
I'm in awe of how easily he speaks to people. Well, unless of course he's telling the truth.
He is a rare piece of entertainment, I must say.
So Briscoe, have you recovered from your shock?
Yeah.
You are not the father.
Well,
You're not the father. This is good.
No. But I remember those toes. Jacqueline.
Yes, she goes. Oh, I've come here with an urgent message from Josephine. She wishes to meet with you in 1 hour's time at the Church of Saint Michael. And the Church of Saint Michael is not that far away. And she looks at, and all of you, not just Briscoe. She wants to meet you, and she's going to be dressed in plain clothes, 12 rows from the front in the church, and it will not do for you to be seen with her in public. Surely musketeers should not be seen with the wife of a captain's, the cardinal's captain, well, ensign. She smiles, but But so if you could change into something a little bit less musketeer-y, try to tone it down a little bit, that would be good. But
Oh, he can do that. He can do that. Oh, yes.
No problems.
Oh, yeah. You can.
it's very important. But she's very, very worried about her sister. You know, Francine?
Ah! Yeah. I remember that one.
You never could tell them apart, could you?
I guess it wasn't the same depending on the evening.
Yes. Except that Francine is not married, and Josephine is, but she was your favorite.
All right, it's for Jacqueline.
But she said there's something wrong with Francine. There's something wrong. And I know that Josephine is very worried about her sister. Something has been different about her for the past few months. She's been irritable. She's been erratic. She looks like she's drained. You remember how full of life, how lusty she was, Briscoe. Surely you remember that. And she's
Yes,
no longer.
I remember. Well, thanks for telling us. I have my crescent.
Oh, she starts, eating the crescent, and she goes, "Thank you. It was so wonderful to see you."
Yeah,
Please,
thank you,
please.
thank you, and for once again, congratulations. Send me a message when the BB will be here. I would just want to see his face.
Would you like to be the godfather?
We'll talk about it a little later.
Alrighty. So she sits there. She's happily munching away the croissant, and then waves goodbye, bids you adieu, and waddles off.
Okay, I know it's a little
So, gentlemen,
awkward.
I'll finally get you to go to church.
Do we have time for that? I don't know if we're not much into family affairs. Well, we should not suppose.
And
You
you
mean-
did it not to remember her sister. How?
Maybe they're twins.
There's a thing I will never understand about you, Briscoe, but please keep on doing this. It's for the better good, the greater good, I believe.
Oh, yes, of course. I make such people happy. Well, I think we should get to this meeting because I'm a little worried. I owe them something. And if she needs all of us, well, she knows that we are cunning adventurers, so maybe it's more than we think. More dangerous.
I have to wonder why she wouldn't talk to her husband, or at least her husband's friends.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Maybe I don't know. I used to tell our stories as if they were lies to impress the ladies.
Well, excellent.
Yes.
Well, it makes believable lies, and they laugh at me. But it really gets the lady more easier. You should try this.
And let me tell you this romantic tale of how I once beat a vampirist to death with the cross in the church in Strasbourg.
Well, they're searching for those kind of bloody stories. Cardinal guards, what they are telling them. Oh, we have beaten some beggars and some bandits. How boring.
A toast, my friend. A toast.
A toast. But next time I would like to fight a vampire too, because this seems like fun.
Probably better than Spanish spies.
Well, if
Right.
I have to fight a vampire, I'd like you to be there.
Yes, we need someone to stand behind.
I got busy, you know. I got busy.
With that baker's daughter.
Yeah, and she's still in great danger from what I've gathered. I'll have to look into it soon enough.
Well, gentlemen, are we going to church?
Oh yes, I'm finished with my wine. Well, she finished it, so. And I don't have a rond left in my pocket to buy some more, so I guess it's time to go.
So
I also have an empty purse.
I'll get up and I motion to the garçon that Briscard is paying for us, and I'll leave.
Ah, of course. Thank you, monsieur. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
I take the servant man by the shoulder. You have the best crescent in Paris, and you know what? Every musketeer will come eat there by the end of the week.
We have the only croissant in Paris, monsieur.
Mm-hmm. But of course, that's why he's the best. So we'll have every musketeers coming by. You'll make lots of money, and musketeers will make a good reputation of you. And it will begin by me telling everyone. And I look at someone, you know, by the other side of the street, a woman. Hey, you haven't tasted that? Come.
And tell me, sure, will she be paying me the 15 coins I require?
Yes, of course. I will come by by the end of the evening because I wanted to pay something to the lady, but I'll have to come back later. Trust me.
I know where you live, monsieur.
I'm not impressed. Everyone, well, but don't believe me. I will come, and I'm averaging him on my con. You know, I will come by the end of the day.
You will come by the end of the day. He believes this. Despite the fact that you have stiffed this man more than once, he is convinced.
Oh yeah, of course.
In your integrity and your reputation as a musketeer, you will make good on your promises, or your mistress will.
Oh yeah. Well, I will come back, but I don't have the money right now. So.
Of course. Au revoir.
Thank you. And just taking another passant. Go there. It's good. You know it's working.
Oh. Croissant, you say? Ah, sacré bleu. So you're creating quite a bustle amongst the people walking by. They're going to start lining up.
And he'll forget about the money I owe him. Okay.
That is fantastic. I will give you a style for that.
As I leave, I lean into the baker, I guess we could say, the crescent roll maker, and just say, if he has trouble with his pay, I'll come at the end of the week.
Oh, thank you, monsieur. I knew he was good for it.
Oh, he is. If you hire a waitress, you'll be here all the time. Have a good day.
I don't think I can afford that. So are we going to church?
To church!
Well, I just rolled my tabard. Maybe we could just get my stuff. You can all get to my place. Hide your tabard or your kazakh. Sure. Just to be less.
Is there any reason? The question I'm asking is, are we in service?
Are we?
You are not. It is your day off.
Oh, okay. I don't have it. Okay. Perfect.
I guess I'll roll the uniform into a small bag and
okay. Perfect.
And follow these gentlemen to de l'église.
Yeah, pretty much just what what she was trying to convey from Josephine was that Josephine's going to be kind of dressed down herself, as to not call attention to herself. Yeah. And so she'd appreciate if you were kind of a little bit circumspect as well. So.
Without the musketeer's uniform on, Martin would be easily mistaken for a priest.
Excellent.
And Jean-Marie for a gardener.
And Alphonse?
A gardener and a ladies' man walk into a church.
And me for a salesman telling about in a new Crescent restaurant.
Awesome.
Will you be wearing a board on either side of you as well and ringing a bell? Or
No, I think they haven't created that yet.
But they didn't invent the croissant either. It's okay. I checked. So the Church of St. Michael is not that far from where you are. A little bit of a hike, but you can certainly get there, you know, and walking the streets of Paris, dodging the filth on the streets, dodging the various passersby, making sure you don't get run over by a carriage, all that sort of stuff. Advertising croissants. All that kind of good stuff. You're able to get there. And so you're able to enter this sanctuary of St. Michael, small church. There's many candles. As you walk in, there's a lot of candles on the altar. The sun, it's a beautiful day, so the sun is just casting wonderful patterns through the stained glass. Not a lot of stained glass, but they have enough that it's just pretty when you go in there. But despite the glory of the day outside, as soon as you step in, the atmosphere in the church is like solemn and almost like oppressively serious. Just kind of has that vibe as soon as you walk in. And here and there you can see scattered worshipers kneeling in prayer. And there is obviously a woman about 12 rows back, you know, dead center.
Well, follow me, gentlemen, and
I'll stay near the door. I'm really not at my place. All these beautiful people. Nah. Go ahead. Go deal with your stuff. Go talk to your God. I'll stay behind.
Okay.
I'll just find a bench near the door and maybe get some sleep.
Well, I do walk not in the center alley, but a side one. And I try not to make too much noises, echoes, while my boots are clacking on the floor. And I sit, you know, on the bench where, is it Francine? No, Jacqueline.
Josephine. This couldn't be more perfect. Yeah.
Okay, and at a distance, and you know, I do approach slowly. Josephine, is that you?
Alphonse?
Yes,
Come
yes,
closer.
Yeah, I get closer. What is it? Is it about the shirt?
No, it's not about the shirt. It's not about the shirt. He's forgotten, mostly.
Okay.
Why did you bring a priest?
Why not?
Well, you told me not to go alone. I took the first priest I saw.
I wanted you to bring as your fellow musketeers. The four of you have become quite famous.
And that's why we're not right now. He's one. And there's... I don't step up, but there's another one on the back.
I have
He's
my
resting
hat.
after trimming the
I
hedges.
have my hat on my face, and I try to get some sleep.
The one that's sleeping.
The homeless gardener? I thought he was here to take a nap.
Well, how would you like
The
it?
illusion is complete.
You are the wife of a cardinal's guy, the captain. You would want to see us in our blue kazakh around you.
And then she claps. Despite herself, she claps. Oh, this is wonderful. You're exactly right. It's very secret. I'm so glad you came. She like embraces you. She gives you a little kiss and then kind of steps back.
Yeah, I'm looking at all of
Yeah,
I'm looking at Jesus at the cross. Never
she
did
looks
that.
up. She crosses herself. And she said, so Jacqueline, did Jacqueline tell you? She goes, Francine, something is desperately wrong with Francine, my twin sister. I know how fond you were of her as well.
Yeah. Well, it was quite a shock to learn that you had a twin sister. Sorry. But what is it?
She stunned. She doesn't say anything for a minute. And yeah, I fear for her soul. I fear for her life. Something is wrong with her. She is just not herself. Not herself. She's, and I don't know what to do. And I would ask Henri, but Henri is not very fond of Francine, as you know, and he's far too self-absorbed, far too vengeful, and I fear that he just would not have the resolve, the subtlety to help my sister, and besides, I think he would stir up trouble, and cast himself in a bad light, and he cannot afford any more stains on his reputation. You understand that?
Yeah. Poor Henry.
But he's a selfish man. He only thinks of himself, his reputation, and his career. There's no room in his heart for love for other people. Not like some men.
But
not like some men.
I know. But what happened with Francine? Has she a problem, a money problem?
No. She's about two or 3 months ago. She began to have a liaison, an affair with this nobleman, Julien Lebeau. You have heard of him? No, maybe you have not. He's a new arrival on the social scene. I think they say he's been traveling in Europe, Transylvania. Those are countries.
Well, I do get a look at Martin's by the mention of Julien Lebeau. Maybe you can have something to remember.
The name doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't at this point. Probably would not. But as you gossip, he returned after a long stay in Eastern Europe. He's probably been in Paris. She says probably for less than a year. But he's obviously has money. He's affluent. He was send the carriages to go pick her up all the time when she was at my house. He has many servants. He's always well dressed. I mean, very well dressed, Briscoe. You would love his clothes. If only Eugene could see his clothes. If he could make clothes like that for you.
Yeah.
But ever since she began to see him, something has changed in her. I have not even seen her for I want to say 3 weeks. And she just seems as though the spark has gone out of her eyes. And I know something has to do with this man. I know that you have been invited.
Oh,
sorry?
I'm invited.
I know you've been invited to this ball.
Yeah. Okay, so she will be there, obviously.
What I understand, they were talking about it for some time. So I know that she and Julien are supposed to be there. And I cannot tell Henri, and I know,
What do you want me to do exactly?
I would love for you to go there.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just desperate for somebody to go there and see what is happening. Something is wrong. Something is wrong with my sister. I know you will be there. I cannot send Henri. I know. And I thought of it because Nathaniel, the father of Jacqueline's child. He told me. And that he was invited. And some of the other Cardinal's guards were invited, but Henri was not. He came to me and said, should we tell Henri? Should we invite him? And I said, no, that would not be good. And I told him it was because he might become argumentative. If he sees musketeers there, he might become, especially if he sees you there. He does not like you very much, Briscoe.
But I do like him. Well, I put my hand on hers and I say, well, Francine, there are many sad wives in Paris.
Go on.
Oh, yeah, please.
So you don't need all of three to light her up, just me. But if you think that it's more a deeper problem, I can count on my friends. I can tell you, one of them won't be there, but I think the three of us will make something out of it. Anyway, we're quite happy to go to that ball. So don't worry, I'll check out for her.
Thank you so much. I just know something is wrong, and all the stories you have told me. Surely you're the only ones that can help.
Well, if it has related to my funny stories, I'm not the only one that can help. I stand up. You'll have from my news tomorrow.
Thank you. She goes as if to embrace you, and then she thinks better of it, and then she walks out of the church.
Do you have any questions? Don't have any questions, Martin, for her?
No, her concern for her sister is laudable. The convenience of our invitation is interesting. And the explanation about why her husband will not be there, I totally accept that. If I were Henri, I wouldn't want to meet you anytime soon. So we'll keep an eye on your sister, madam.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And if it does become a fight, you will not believe the ferocity with which our gardener will attack. Don't worry.
So as she walks out, she passes Jean Marie and taps on the shoulders. Bless you, sir.
Bless you, ma'am.
And walks
Have
out.
a nice day.
You know, in the barracks, they say, Alphonse, that you know every woman in Paris. And until today, I didn't believe it. And I walk out.
We could make a parry on that. I could pay my note either. I would win it, and I would pay my note for the croissant.
Well, at this point, it's Biscore is just sitting in church. 12 rows back from the front.
What? Oh yeah, but I stood up and I go out, make it cross myself.
I'll get up.
Yeah.
Oh, the confessional booths are over there.
Confession, making people happy, isn't it? Is not in the Bible.
That's between you and whoever.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to go to the confessional?
No, my friend. Not you.
No, me.
I have a couple of stories. I'm sure the priest would like it.
And as you're talking, there is a priest that opens the door to his side of the confessional booth. Says, "My son, does one of you wish to confess?"
I can't help myself. I look at Briscourt.
You want to meet Gurren by the booth? Okay. It's my turn. I go sit down in the booth.
Screen gets pulled back, and bless you, my son.
Bless you, Father.
How long has it been since your last confession?
I've been on duty a lot. Both as a musketeer and both outside of being a musketeer.
You have an interesting way of answering a question involving time, son.
Yeah, I'm better on that than on a rapier.
It's your dime, son. I can sit here all day.
Okay. Do you have a good memory? I have many names to name.
Excellent.
I can write them down and bring them to you. I'm sorry for this. You know, I have sinned of making many women happy.
Go on, my son.
But it will be easier if I have a time off with my lackey. He has a good memory of the names. I would write this list and I will bring you that. Yeah, no hurts were done, just a sin.
And you just, I mean, you hear the sound, unmistakable sound of somebody's face hitting their palm from the other side of the booth. Like,
I lean over to Jean-Marie and just whisper, after this, the priest is going to need a confession.
Yes, a bath also.
But I'm on a duty for a friend, Mr. Priest, so I will come back with the list. And if I have some time off, I can sit down. People say that I'm very entertaining, so maybe it will light up your day with all the stories and the details you want.
perhaps we can schedule an appointment, my son.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Well,
how many hours?
how many hours? No, tomorrow. I have to go to a ball. Maybe to sin again.
Should I block out Saturday then, son?
Saturday might be good.
Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. When will you not be hungover, son? Should I say noon?
I can.
On Saturday?
I just hope to be alive.
Try to say 100 Our Fathers between now and then. You may go, son.
I can go. Well, we'll do that while walking. Going out of the booth. You know, it's not a good idea to go that on duty. It would be too long. I look at my friends.
Already done? Nah.
I've promised him to make a list of many names because just name them, it's too long. Too long.
You must have done just the synopsis.
I'll come back, mister.
The synopsis would be, I saw, I conquered, I came.
Yep. That's the one.
This has nothing to do with your character, but that is a style point right there.
Style point for Martin.
Oh, that's a start. That's a style point. Redeemable at any time.
I don't know for you, but I have to prepare for a ball. I hope that Eugene was able to mend my best suit. Well, if Etienne, well, I have a best suit. The other best suit is the Cardinal's Guard has taken it from me.
Well, that would be interesting. That would be something to ask Eugene. So who's going to be playing Eugene today?
I can.
There you go. That's perfect. And so at this point, it's about, we're going to say it's about 1 o'clock, give or take, on Thursday. You're invited to the ball. The ball is going to start at, we'll say, 7 o'clock Friday night. So you guys got some time.
Okay.
Well, I can just out of the curtain go see Eugene with, unless he has important information. My goal is to just check if I have something suitable for the evening.
Martin intends to go to his room to pray for Thursday.
And Jean-Marie will try to maybe get invited to the security that will look around the masquerade ball during the event. Maybe I could help these guys, unless of course they're Cardinals men. If they're private security or whatever, maybe I can give them a hand, or at least I'll try. I'll try to gather some information about security that night and maybe get hired by those people.
So are you planning to go to the estate of Godelieve Lessier yourself?
Yeah. I'll use a nom d'emprunt. I'll let's say Roland. My name will be Roland. I'll present myself as a Roland, and that I know how to use a blade. I can be of help. I've heard there's a ball coming on. Maybe another guard could be useful. Yeah, I'll try to get hired.
So, going to the estate.
Since it's a day off.
Right. Going to the estate of Godelieve, she also does not live particularly far away. More on the outskirts of Paris, but you're in one little quadrant of Paris, and it takes a while to get from place to place in Paris. So, if you're able to get there, you're able to encounter the first level of servants at her estate, and you start off this little speech, and the servant kind of gives you this response. Roland?
Yes.
We have security. Do you wish to talk to Madame Servant? You wish to talk to...
If that can help, I am here to propose an able body, someone who can protect the propriety or protect guests. I heard there was a big event Friday night, and I was looking for a little job, to make meats and I'd like to propose my help if you're interested into another sets of able ends.
So the man looks confused. He kind of looks at his shoes for a minute. He's not sure what to do. He says, I will go ask. I will go ask. You come.
Yeah, of course.
So you get it up to about the front door, So he says, wait here.
Okay. Thank you.
Goes in for a little while. Comes back, and there's a door comes back. Guy comes back to the door. Much larger, tall, really stoic-looking man. So you were looking to help us with security?
Yes.
I am Hervé. Come in.
Yes, of course. And as I enter, I just make small conversation. Oh, that's a beautiful place. I heard that there's many guests coming Friday night. There's a big ball, and surely it would be kind of useful to have extra people for security.
As you walk through this very nice looking place, it's got this big, after you go through the initial entrance of the place, it opens up this rather large atrium with these, you can see obviously a second floor, but a balcony, but these like double staircases that kind of curve over and breaking character for a moment. It's almost like the Matrix, that one scene in the second movie. That's just beautiful, double curved staircases going up there. This is obviously probably where the ball is going to be held, the chandelier. And the entire time you were talking, he completely ignores you. You get the feeling that you could have been juggling. It wouldn't have mattered what he said.
Excellent.
Wait here. So he goes up the stairs, and within a couple minutes,
I'll fake being in awe as long as he's in the room, and as soon as he left, I'll try to notice entry points, doors, maybe doors under the stairs, maybe, or just by staying in place, just having a look around, taking notes.
And you can't help but notice, also at the top of the stairs, this statuesque, voluptuous, gorgeous specimen of female humanity is there, dressed perfectly. And I see those eyes, Francois. Dressed perfectly. Even not there, he can't help. Dressed perfectly, elegantly, just seems to kind of float down the stairs. Hervé, not too far from behind. And she looks at it. Excellent.
I'll remove the hat and do a flourish.
Good. That's the way to do it.
Oh, you want to be security? And she's spoken. I am Godelieve Lessier. And you are?
I'd like to propose my help if you need it. I'm Roland Saint-Martin. Well, I'm good with horses. I tend horses in the long days in the countryside. But I have heard that there was a big event here, and I could use the extra money, so I'm here to propose my help. I know how to fence and how to be of help to secure a place.
You know how to fence. So beautiful. Can you give me a demonstration?
Oh, it's really nothing. I'll draw my steel and take position, and I'll not take the Renoir basic stance. I'll take the basic one, you know, and just do a little pass.
And she claps. This is magnificent. Roland. And she looks up at you and she kisses you on the cheek, and you can smell her perfume. And she whispers in your ear with that just sensual voice. She goes, "I know who you are.
Oh, you do?
Jean-Marie du Croissant."
Oh, you do?
She goes, this is fantastic. Oh, I cannot wait until you are at the ball tomorrow night. You, the Cardinal's guards. This will be delicious. Please do something exciting, not too bloodily. Not too bloody, but I need an excitement at this party. We have plenty of security. All my servants handle my security, but this is magnificent.
Well,
I cannot
madame,
wait for you to be here tomorrow.
It seems you have figured me out, but don't get too excited. You know, we are here to protect the king, and we have a day off. So don't get your hopes too high on getting some action.
Oh no, just for show. It is all the rage now. Everybody, all the best parties have musketeers and Cardinal's guards.
You might want to have a look at that left window over there. It seems a little easy to break in. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you. And Hervé shows you out with nary a word.
Yep. At least I had a look of the place.
And it looks magnificent.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's no shack in Orleans.
No. And
yes. And I've seen Louis' house from afar, and you know, even the outside was more beautiful than this. You know. And
I can tell you this: there are servants everywhere. There are able-bodied men around, and despite your comment about that window, the place is locked up tighter than a steel drum. You're pretty sure that would be a good fortress.
Harvey, my good man. What was the name of the lady I just spoke to?
That is. Oh, good thing I have this cheat sheet here. I can't remember my NPCs already. Let's go to leave Lussier.
The heiress. Thank you, my good man.
You're quite welcome. I shall see you tomorrow night.
I'll be there as a guest this time. But you could really use my help. That wasn't a lie. See you then.
Au revoir, monsieur. And he kind of walks around. This kind of like just monotone lurch voice.
Well, I'll return home. I have some studies to do. I have some book to finish about the pagan practice of women across the ages.
Sounds riveting. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, it sounds like home too.
Yep. Sounds like practice.
Into every line, rain must fall.
So, Briscoe, how much money have you gotten from your mistresses since Eugene trashed your last outfit?
How many money I have? I have no idea. Life is expensive. So, do I have a suitable something to wear? Eugene?
Well, Well, this isn't bad, I would say. I still have to add a few bows to it. These fabulous shoes. Look how high the heel is. Not even Louis has a heel this high.
No. Well, I think it will be good. You know, we are waited there, and well, the last time I did well at the party, so finally I can handle that.
I'm not sure that this will properly fit around. There's more of you than last year.
Oh, and you.
Is it croissant?
I guess that Etienne has less of me than last year.
Well, I'm not an expert on his size, but he's similar to when you are in your fighting trim.
Good, we have to get my unfitted clothes for him.
So I'll make some adjustments. Maybe you'd like to change into these now. I'll wait.
Well, just have me ready on time.
Okay. Are you gonna wear your hair like that?
Of course, you have to do something about it too. I can tell you about the evening I had with Anne and the niece of the Chancellor.
I look forward to every moment of that story.
Okay.
So he's standing there holding scissors.
Oh,
We have lost our GM.
Just one step. Just one step.
that's fantastic.
Take some diet root beer. It will help.
You're this close to 1 lethal damage. You know, so- All righty.
Well, for my part, it will be enough. I'll go to the lethal damage.
Eugene is very talented as a tailor and is probably able to have assembled a pretty fine-looking set of clothes from all the remaining pieces of Briscour's wardrobe.
Taking a part here and a sleeve there, and
Very festive.
we're going at the ball.
Yes.
I wasn't sure what color to wear, so I wore all of them.
I think it will be perfect this time. We'll have to figure out how to make this more formal for the next time.
But I'm charming, so no one will notice.
Of course I am.
Fantastic.
You know it. All right.
In the meantime, so you're Jean-Marie is now reading a text on God knows what. Some kind of
Witches.
so it's
Yes,
obscure.
yes. Basically, pagan practices of women.
And Martin is now praying again.
Praying. Although I think because I'm going to a ball, it will not be the normal Thursday prayer. Instead, he'll pray for insight and understanding of humanity.
Okie dokie. I'm assuming you're casting a ritual at this point as you pray.
That would be correct. So I'll go back to my rooms, my very small Spartan chamber, which just has, you know, a bed and books, and, you know, kneel down at the bed and spread out the Bible and his notebooks, and light a few candles, and use a very small amount of incense to, you know, cleanse the room, and then begin the slow and careful recitation of all the names of all the angels, working his way up to heaven, and till finally petitioning Raphael, the angel whose eyesight into the human heart is the sharpest, and ask for guidance in, as I said, understanding the human heart. In game terms, looking to raise his empathy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1 second. I need my dice.
These dice. Proprietary Ubiquity dice. Can be bought from, let's see, Exile Game Studios.
Don't forget to check out Triple Ace Games, people.
That's correct.
I only
Bring some
had,
fine games like All for One, Regime Diabolique.
I'm only using Games Workshop dice. I'm sad.
Because you can play Ubiquity with any dice as long as they're even-sided. And now, back to the game.
Back to the game.
What an excellent advertisement that was. You guys are fabulous. Available at all fine game stores.
That's correct.
Okay. So, reducing things to pure game terms, this is a homomancy effect. Using 6 dice, needing to get a ritual total of 4 over the difficulty of 2. And, you know, this should only take 3 hours of prayer. Or sorry, 4 hours of prayer.
Just for it.
Just 4 hours of constant prayer and recitation.
Something that Breeze Core could use.
I'm doing magic with my words.
All right, here we go. First hour of prayer. I was trying to think of ways I could make this easier for myself, but there really aren't any except bending style. So, first hour, 1 success,
Ooh.
which is not enough.
Oh, not
Fails.
1 success over, just 1 success. Okay.
1 success, yeah. So I'm starting in the hole. It's minus. I'm stunned. I pass out from the effort. There's been too much praying.
With
I'm
6
flipping a
dice.
page.
On 6 dice, I got 1 success. I'll take the hint from the heavens. Stop. Get some sleep and wait for tomorrow.
All this effort.
Yeah, you do have till 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
It's all right.
So we all retiring for the evening at this point?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready. I'm excited by this. And this mystery about Francine. Oh, Francine, yeah. Not Josephine.
I fall
you got it
asleep
right.
surrounded by books of all kind. There are
Me too.
schematics of anatomical weak points of various creature, plants, symbols, all kinds of creepy occult tomes. But these are the weapons of the enemy.
You get 1 style point just for being a creepy bastard.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, oh well, I was going to tell Alphonse something, but I'll wait. And yeah, this. Oh yeah, it was about Francine. Perhaps you should get Eugene to, while Eugene is making that list of all the women. Perhaps Eugene should make him a little cheat sheet of like Francine, Josephine, Jacqueline, like who's who. Maybe draw little pictures. The description of each person. There's like a little who's who right here. Maybe she could use that, and that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Before the ball, does anybody want to do anything else with Friday? Another beautiful day.
Martin is very concerned about himself and will again seek to entreat the Lord in prayer. It's Friday morning. Other than that, he doesn't have much of a life other than work and church and plotting revenge and trying to borrow Jean-Marie's books.
Right on. Pray away.
Okay.
I'll try to make a game while he's praying. The game will be how many weapons I can conceal on myself, just for practice. Where can I put that knife? Where?
Absolutely. So business as usual for
Yeah.
business as usual. I have that. There should be theme music as you get dressed every time.
Exactly. Where can I
I think
put
the
that
Cardinals
garlic?
guards know where you can put that knife.
Yeah.
All right. First hour of prayer. 4 successes, so that's 2 up.
Right on.
Second hour of prayer. 3 successes. 1 up. That's 3. Halfway there. Third hour of prayer. 3 successes.
Yeah. 2 to go.
I dropped 1. 2 and 1. So 1 success more. 1 more to go. Coming up the 5th hour, if I'm not interrupted. Only 2 successes.
No.
6 hours of prayer.
Not interrupted. Nobody likes me. Last success. Did it in 6 hours.
If you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, your eyes are bloodshot.
That's a lot of prayer.
That's a lot of prayer.
I need some lunch.
Yeah. A man like Alphonse could get a lot of trouble in 6 hours. But speaking of trouble, as you've asked Eugene to help you write this list of all the women, she's also taken upon herself to write down for you Josephine and Francine's name, and to give you a description of what each woman is, so you can remember. Briscar. Which sister is who?
I hope I'll sort them out someday. But did you know that there were 2 of them? I always thought that it was only 1.
That's fantastic.
So, ready? Go to the ball.
Alrighty.
I'd like to get early.
Going early?
It's okay with me.
Yeah. I'll meet with my friends and
It's a little strange to show up early, but okay.
So you show up a little bit early, and when the servants comes up, asks you, show your invitations, and once again, out comes Hervé. They said the madame has requested that you come in a half hour after the ball starts to be kind of a grand entrance of the Musketeers. You can certainly.
I don't hit anybody.
What was that?
I said I don't hit anybody, even though I suggested that we were going too early.
well, we can walk around.
I'm gonna shake Harvey's hand and say, "That's fair. That's fair." So, how's security on the compound?
Security is fantastic, monsieur. Thank you for asking.
Excellent. I could hope for best.
Where does she want us to enter from?
Just the front door. You'll be announced. The madam is very anxious for you. No, excited for you to do some of that stuff you do.
Excuse me, and I'm looking around. You want us to do a show?
Do I want you to do a show, monsieur?
You want us to make a duel? I don't find that very funny.
No, I do not wish you to do anything. He turns around and walks away.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
I like that guy.
I turn around to my fellow and I say, "Oh yeah, I came here earlier to maybe get hired by the security as an extra hands. Didn't pan out, but I learned a few things about this place. I'll describe you the place in a moment, but there's something about this woman, this Liv Lisier. I think she's expecting a fight. I think she's expecting us to fight at some point.
Yeah, that's what worries me. I'm here to make a party.
It feels like a party to you, but it feels like a trap to me.
Just because she wants us to fight doesn't mean we have to fight.
Exactly.
Well, you know how people can be persuasive sometimes.
I know.
As long as we are the ones who are challenged, and as long as we win, Monsieur de Treville will have our backs.
Oh, I'm just saying. I just don't like to be, tricked and manipulated.
But I thought you were married.
I am.
No way.
Do you imply that my wife is a trickster?
No.
Okay. No. I mean, if some random noble lady wants to have her fun by watching us fight, it's okay. It's a good way to spend a Friday night. I just want you to know that I just want you to know that we are being manipulated into that. Just be aware of that.
Oh, I have sensed it from the start that Hervé, I don't really like him.
Yeah,
No.
he's kind of he have a weakness in his left leg if you watch carefully.
Okay.
I expected him to be taller.
Yeah, he hunch a little.
Look,
Maybe
if this
back
woman is
problem.
trying to set something up, that's something I'm used to. There's always something that has to happen at these balls. We've agreed to show up for the honor of the king. Okay, we're going to represent the Musketeers. Okay, we don't have to fall into her trap, and you're very right to warn us, Jean-Marie.
Yes.
And
But
if she gets on her nerve at some point, I would recommend maybe use the environment in your demonstration. Word to the wise.
Fantastic. As you're chatting and deliberating, you can see the carriages start to pull up, and various noble, well-dressed looking people start to get out.
I've seen better carriages.
Yeah. Sweden.
I've stolen better carriages.
Sweden has great trees.
I brought it back.
You're right, borrowed. I shouldn't exaggerate.
Yep.
Well, I've tried to take a look at the nobles if I see some familiar faces to know what type of party is awaiting us.
It is not. You can recognize some people. Some people not by name, and I'm certainly not going to open the French name generator right now.
No.
I'm butchering the names as it is, but they're not of the caliber, for the most part, that you would have seen at the ball that you attended recently for Chancellor Oxenstierna.
Yeah.
Or Urstenschneiber. So there's no not that level.
Oxenstierna.
Urstenschneiber. There's not that level. There's not that level up, but I mean, there are the nobility. They're just the kind of the who's who of the social scene. You do not see Captain Dufoy, as Sebastian pointed out, because he's probably still on the front in Bavaria.
Yeah,
but I mean, they're definitely people that are they're socially cool.
Okay.
It's probably Studio 54. It's not the White House. It's Studio 54.
Okay. I can see the picture.
No.
Okay, we're not against picky nobles tonight, at least.
No, I mean some of the same people that were at the party that somebody may or may not have participated in an illegal duel.
Okay.
Recently, some of the same faces.
What kind of party is going to be? Okay.
So
we are the entertainment.
But and you begin to hear like a little chamber orchestra, and it is the masquerade ball, so people are masked, and so you were actually I should let you know you were given masks when you talked to Hervé.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I look at mine. There's a long nose, and I pick Brisker's mask and I switch it. Like I don't like it.
You want me to have the long nose?
You're the one used to have your long dangling things outside.
I can handle any of those, and I put it.
Fantastic. And at about this time, and so some time is going on, about like a good hour almost, and you see strolling up the street in masks, talking amongst each other, a couple of backslaps and whatnot. What's obviously 4 Cardinals guards. You can't really tell who they are. One of them seems to be moving with a bit of a stiffly. A couple of them move stiffly. One moves very stiffly, as if he's been hurt before. Isn't quite well yet. But certainly stiffer than somebody would after the possible rumored illegal duel. You don't see, he's not grabbing his hair, trying to glue on a piece of his scalp.
Okay.
But you see a group of Cardinals guards kind of walk past and get ushered in.
Somebody gave them a beating.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Shame it wasn't us.
Shame. Okay, well, we'll try. We'll wait for our grand entrance, as they say. But I don't like it. More and more musketeers are taken like if we were some street entertainers. But we have a serious job.
We do have a serious job, but part of our job is to show the valor of the king, the splendor of the king. We have to represent his potency.
It feels like if you want a successful party, you have 1 or 2 musketeers, or even 3 at your party, and then you have nevertheless.
Just make sure you eat and drink a lot to make this worth our time.
I do agree with that.
Maybe somebody with a 6 in performance. You didn't want
now 6 in performance.
Something like that to your party. But why should you be on display? But about this time, a servant comes up to you and then says, Monsieur Musketeer, it is time. Please come in.
We do represent the king, and I'm wondering if this is a farce. If we should put the Kazakh on.
We shouldn't.
Yes, we shouldn't soil the reputation of the king by showing colors.
We show colors for the right moment. I don't enter there with my Kazakh. John Lee with the rag Eugene was able to put together.
This is the first thing you said this week, Brisker, that makes sense to me. That's good.
Shake hands all around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. We're together in this. Tous pour un.
Tous pour un.
So the servant looks troubled. He looks at you. He just kind of shrugs and come in. So you're not announced.
Does he have a mask?
The servant? No.
You can remove that. Say that to him, and I feel good with my joke. Okay.
And Jean-Marie is slapping his thigh.
Yeah, and again, just most amusing, sir. Most amusing. You'll be quite welcome at the party.
So we're at the main door.
At the main door.
And Jean-Marie has told us what we're going to see as we walk in the main door.
Yeah.
So we could set our entrance. We could decide who's in the middle and how the 3 of us walk in loud and proud. So who is in the middle?
I'll be
not me.
I'll be in the middle. I don't guarantee to smile. I don't feel that party is fun enough.
I'll be on Briscour's left, being left-handed.
So you're on my right arm, Jean-Marie, with the sword.
I'll be on the right and slightly behind Martin, couple feet.
Perfect. So let's enter the
Grand
party.
entrance.
You enter the party with a grand entrance. Nobody announces you. You walk in. Oddly enough, the music is not some theme music. One would notice as the camera slows down. You walk in really cool. It is after all a chamber orchestra, and they're playing dance music. So it's a little bit of a schism between how cool you look walking in and the actual musical accompaniment.
I hear the soundtrack to my life in my own head.
Exactly. That's good. So you look cool. You look badass. And a few people look up. There's some talking. There's some whispers and some points a little bit, but people go right back to what they're doing. You can see the Cardinals guards are kind of over in one area. People are talking to them. There was only one guy that really seemed to be that beat up, and when I say he was just moving stiffly, another guy was maybe just a little bit off. So they certainly, if they got beat up, they certainly didn't get beat up tonight. And they're dressed perfect, and with their wonderful red Kazakhs on, representing the Cardinal. And I saw these nobles milling around, and you can see Godelieve dancing with one of her guests, a man who looks completely entranced with her. She looks stunning, as I said, just voluptuous. She's a woman that just instantly commands attention. All eyes are on her, or all male eyes are on her quite a bit. How are you feeling, Alphonse?
I'm feeling good, but I want to reverse the steam here. I take a cup of wine and I scream out loud, "Now the party can start!" So everyone looks at me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good score. One more style point for you.
Yep.
A few people look up. Godelieve, Madame Lizier looks up and looks at you, startled for a second, and then smiles and laughs and continues dancing with her friend. She appears to be completely delighted with the fact that you did that. And the party continues to go on.
Well, I do chat with people, but I'm trying to find Francine, and I'm ready to. Maybe my two friends know a little. Well, you saw her twin sister. You know how she looks. If you find it, you'll find me.
Well, let's see. How have they seen her? They've seen her from a window.
Well, they saw her twin sister
throwing a shirt.
I'm not sure. I've seen her, Briscoe.
Nevertheless, if you've here.
I was too busy laughing.
Both names, so we have no idea who we're looking at.
Well, I will try to find Francine, and when I'll find her, I will try to gather you, since Jacqueline felt that she needed all of us.
Well, keep in mind that everybody's wearing masks, so it's a little bit difficult. But I would say everybody roll perception at this point. Let me know what you roll.
Three.
2, 4, 6.
All righty. So, and Jean-Marie, you had a 2? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Excellent. Well, all of you, as you're looking around, you notice one obviously older male guest, a little bit thinner, quite the social butterfly, just walking over this person and that person, talking and chatting and laughing. His clothes aren't particularly exquisite. In fact, they're a little bit plain. Looks a little bit like they're kind of cobbled together, sort of like Briscoe might have done, except not quite as fancy, but just absolutely the guy has presence and pizzazz and panache, and he's got 2 glasses of wine, one in each hand. He used to be very, very fond of the wine. Jean-Marie has not put 2 and 2. Yeah, Jean-Marie has not put 2 and 2 together. The other 2 of you notice instantly, just from the mannerisms, the way the man walks, a little bit of the tonality of the voice. This is Jacques. This is Philippe's servant. His lackey. Ah, yes, madame. Oh, those fantasticos. The red, the white, the wine. It's beautiful. This is
I go near my friends. How
This
did
is
he get in here?
the rouge, the white, the red. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, yes. Oh, cheese. No. The wine goes with the cheese, but no, it's the wine. Yes. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, we have 3 ways to do it, my friends. Either I go talk to him, you go reason him, Martin, or you punch him, Jean-Marie.
Well, I know it's my style, but I don't want to disturb the party, you know?
Maybe Martin could reason him.
Yet you do get the feeling that you were not invited to beat up old men.
Yeah.
Just saying. That probably wasn't the vibe they were looking for.
I don't think Philippe would be okay with me punching his lackey, you know?
It depends on the day.
I'll go talk to him.
By the way, he's quite a diversion if we need a diversion.
So,
Yeah.
Mark,
Use that to our advantage.
So he's just completely lost in conversation with 2 beautiful young ladies as well. He appears to have quite a bit of mojo once he gets going, and he's going on and on about the glory of France and the vine and just how beautiful the countryside is, how beautiful they are, and such a wonderful thing. And he stops and he instantly recognizes you, and you can see him just begin to tremble a little bit.
So I sweep up to him and say, pardon me, monsieur, but could you help me to select a good wine? I hate to interrupt your conversation with these ladies, but this is important.
Oh, may I suggest a Bordeaux?
Yes, just please come with me to the buffet.
So he has the 2 glasses of wine and just downs one as fast as he can. Puts it on the table and looks at the young women, not sure what to do, kisses their hands really fast. And in a moment, yes, I will tell you the rest of the story with the same French accent that every other character has.
Well, they're in the same country.
As they should.
Yeah.
Jacques.
Yes, monsieur. Martin.
What are you doing here?
It's well, as Philippe is teaching tonight, he could not go. He did not want to disappoint the Madame Lucier. He begged
You took his invitation.
Yes. Yes, please. And he's just like
She thinks you're Philippe.
No. I could not be Philippe, but the invitation does not say a name. The invitation says, "Please, you are invited to the grand ball of Lucier. Please present this this golden ticket at the front gate to get that in." And now, please do not tell Philippe. Please do not tell Philippe. I will do anything, but he will be so mad.
Well, I just want to know if there's something that you understand about tonight.
There is excellent wine.
Well, true, but I'm here. And over there, Alphonse is here. That's 2. Over there, that one. That's Jean-Marie. That's 3.
Oh.
And now look, that gentleman over there with the limp, he's a Cardinal's guard.
Oh, yes, the red. Oh, very easy to see.
And another. 2. And another. 3. And another. 4. Which one do you want?
Do you want me to limp?
Fine. I'll remember. Enjoy your drinks. I leave him to his party.
Yeah. And he goes right over and just puts the wine down, goes right to the cognac. Not sure if that's been invented yet, but it has now. Takes a... No. Not enjoying it, not in the snifter and getting the bouquet. Just belts down a shot.
As someone who is working to raise his rank in the musketeer in the future, I just go past him and go like,
You see,
I go over
and
to
I walk away.
but before he can go away, he looks at you and goes, all for one.
All for wine.
You can tell
all
that
for
belt,
wine.
that belt of cognac really hit him pretty good because now he's starting all for one. Yeah,
All for wine and wine for all.
he's getting ready. He's getting ready. So
I go to Alphonse. He's ready to back us up should the Cardinals guards attack us. Clap him on the shoulder. That's what you wanted me to tell him, right? Then I move off into the crowd.
Okay. Unless, well, my goal will be to go directly beside Madame Lucier.
okay.
Yeah, go right, straight to the point.
Well, her dance has ended.
Can I have a chat with you? It would be an honor to such a beauty, to have such beauty beside me.
But of course. And she extends her hand.
All right, kiss it
Ah.
gracefully.
And this woman, as you get into her presence, she has charisma and a command and just a presence about her. And if you've ever felt you were in the presence of an equal, or perhaps even better, in the art of manipulating other people, just the vibe she gives off is you have met your match, perhaps even better.
Oh.
Anne Bourdon gives you a feeling. This woman just kind of exudes control.
I like challenge. If she exceeds me, well, by the end of this night, she will be my equal.
So what should we chat about? I'm so glad you're here, but why are you not wearing your kazakh?
Decided not to.
It is no matter. People know who you are.
Of course they know, but the kazakh is not something to be played with.
Ah, you are the king's man. The king's man. Yeah, so I understand. It is okay. But it's not the king's men I invited. It is the musketeers. It is you. You have the charisma, the panache. And you started this trend, did you not?
Any trend fits me well.
Yeah, he's French.
I don't think I give him a style point to get for being French. But
All right. But what does it matter, the trend? It's always the one, well, it's always the person that matters. The people. It's just a costume.
just a costume.
Yeah. But we're
It is a nice nose on your mask. Did you pick it out yourself?
I think you've bought it and you gave it to your the person that you invited. I don't buy masks usually.
Perhaps we can have some fun later tonight, you and I.
I mean, you want fun.
Oh, she goes, no, we will have fun at the party. I mean, you and I, perhaps, when it becomes later.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Perfect.
But won't you enjoy the party in the meantime? It is good that you are here. And do try to do something exciting. But
music is good. Ladies are very beautiful. The men are laughing, smiling. What else do we need? What else? I can tell you. I'm asking you.
While this is all going on, Martin is surveying the crowd.
Well,
Every time he's surrounded by nobles like this, his thoughts turn to home and his mood sours. So he's looking for familiar body language or listening for names that are familiar, that sort of thing, is focused. And of course, keeping an eye on the Cardinal's guards. Trying not to watch Grisecourt and this woman create sparks to burn the place down.
gotcha. Yeah. And there are sparks flying. I'll tell you what. Give me a perception roll for this one. Just because I'm interested to see what comes up, because you'll notice stuff no matter what. But.
I get only 2 successes.
Okay. At the wine and cheese or the cheese table, you notice two gentlemen. They both taken their masks off for a second. Yeah, perhaps they were getting in the way of the cheese. And one of them, right off the bat, as soon as you catch a glance at them, you can kind of feel like this recognition. And this is your cousin Emile Martel. And it's a particularly nasty younger cousin of yours. Just cold-hearted man. And he's chatting with another man that was relatively young. And that man just says, that man also just is one of those people. Everybody exudes like a bit of nobility and confidence and power at this party. But he's a guy, just the way he carries himself, the way that your cousin, who is no slouch, who is used to just giving orders.
Right.
This guy has a presence around him. Like he's a guy that really demands respect and control, despite the fact that he is probably only a little bit older than Philippe. He's just got that kind of vibe around him. And so they're making small talk.
I'll move over to a group of women who look comfortable, for the purpose of asking if they know who this other man is.
So you can definitely find a group of women that look comfortable drinking the wine. There's actually the 2 young ladies who were talking with Jacques before. So, monsieur, I hope you were able to discuss whatever you needed to with our friend. Most charming man, most charming.
He is charming. If he wasn't so old.
I do kind of like older men. He did mention that he was rich, but his clothes, I do not know.
Oh, it's a new style from the southern provinces.
Ah, how quaint, how exciting. And she claps.
Do you see those 2 men over there by the table where I was speaking to your friend earlier?
Oh, yes.
Do you happen to know who they are? There's something about them that's familiar, but I don't want to go over and be wrong and introduce myself and then be awkward.
Oh, it says, the one over there, she points to your cousin, that is Emile Martel. He is, I do not like him. He is a bit rough with the women. He's not a nice man. But a bit, he has hurt some friends of mine. Yeah. And the other man, though. The other man, that is Monsieur Durand. I believe his name is Oliver. He's a frequent guest here. Good friend of Godelive's, personal friend.
What does he do?
I do not know. What do nobles do? We are rich. She looks at you, and so that was the most idiotic question ever. There's a young lady who's probably never worked a day in her life.
Well, I mean, this Martel gentleman is famous for abusing women, and Durand is famous for leisure.
Yeah, leisure. I do not know. He is here frequently. Madame Lucier has me over quite frequently, and he's here quite a bit.
Oh, would he be one of her lovers then?
Maybe he is. Maybe he is. She has so many.
Really? I think she's about to get a new one.
Yeah.
Point over at Alphonse.
Yeah, back to you, Alphonse.
But,
Oh,
well, I do salute the lady. See you later, because I'm searching for Francine. The way I do it, I go near the woman, make a salute, and try to recognize her behind the mask. So that's my only goal here.
Kissing every hand in the ball. That was the only time you would ever do that. Would be when you're searching for an important lady.
And if
Any
I
other
spot
time?
and if I spot her, well, I go do the other ladies I haven't made before, and
Fantastic.
but I'm searching for. I want to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that I owe her something, so I want to see through it. That's
Okay.
the only thing. Yeah.
Okay, you go ahead and roll perception. In the meantime, Jean-Marie, as a wallflower, what are you up to now?
Jean-Marie, I've seen many beautiful people in costumes swirling around, and suddenly when two dancers passes in front of him, he saw a face, and he had to look at the floor for a moment, and he will fetch a goblet of wine to ease his mind. The flashing color, the music, the laughter, the noise, it's almost like an incantation.
So as he gets a glass of wine, Jacques looks at him, because where else would Jacques possibly be? except at the
He
wine
wants some
pit.
wine.
Give me that, you idiot.
He looks, he's like, all for one. I tell ya, I got your back. When
I
it goes
punched
down,
him in the gut like, shut the fuck up. Poof!
That's where the entertainment starts.
Just a straight, dry one, like, poof, without anything else.
and you hear gasps from some of the ladies. You see a couple Cardinals guards' heads just pop up.
I pay attention to no one. I just have a sip and I close my eyes.
You're pretty sure you could hear one say, "Well, you could certainly beat up an old man," and you swear you recognize that voice. It's the voice of a man who would often tell you that your boots, you were not fit to shine his boots, and you thought he might have been dead. It's the last time you saw him, he was not looking very good. And it seems to come to the guy that still walks a little bit stiffly, as if he might still be healing from some grievous injury long ago. But
Thibodeau.
I slowly open my eyes, finish my sip.
And Godelieve, you could see as she is now walking away from Briscoe, Godelieve kind of hears the gas, looks back at you, smiles. But it's kind of like, she doesn't give you the thumbs up, but that's a smile, like, this is good. And around that time, Jacques comes back to his senses, because of course alcohol makes a man immune to most forms of pain. And he looks back at you, he puts his hand on your shoulders, slaps your shoulder, and he gives you his best shot right in the gut, which is not very good. So of course, against your rock hard monster hunter's abs, this is only like
I don't budge. I don't notice.
He's like, I got your back, all for one. And he kind of glares at the Cardinals guards across the room. All for one.
He is so lucky. I have other things to do.
I got the guy with a limp. And you could
For once, I would not jump out of a window, but he would.
You gotta wait until I swallow whatever I drink before you say stuff like that.
Oh no, that's my specialty. It's my moment to say stuff when people are drinking. It's a classic bit.
Yeah, we almost had a gush of root beer ending the broadcast. Anyhow.
So I'll just keep my temper cool and just go elsewhere into the room, just to leave that die out on its own without paying attention to anyone.
So, Briscoe, you can make a perception roll. You're
Well,
still
I
looking for these
did.
ones.
No.
I got 2.
Oh, you got 2. Okay, that's cool. I'll tell you what happens during all this time. At that point, as the excitement starts that the Musketeers were brought here for, the violence. Madame Lucier walks up to the cheese table where Monsieur Durand and Monsieur Martel are. They both kiss her hand, and bow slightly, and she, Oliver Durand just gives her a look, like kind of like old friends, And on the other hand, Emile Martel, his eyes just kind of gaze at her hungrily. You can see his mask is off, and he has that face of a man full of desire. And she returns those kind of bedroom eyes to him, takes her mask off for a second, eyes full of promise.
Good judge for me.
And she, at this point, the music has stopped for a second. She raises her glass and she goes, a toast to our guests, the Musketeers and the Guards of Cardinal Richelieu. And everybody puts up their glass, they toast, and then the music starts again.
I make sure to toast the Cardinal's Guards.
Yeah.
I toast everyone and looking around, still searching for Francine.
Okay. At this point, you can also see, especially Francois, obviously, as you're looking around all the time, you can see that Godelieve is actually leaving. She's starting to go upstairs. Not leaving, but just starting to go up one of those staircases. You can see that her manservant, Hervé, who has been following her around, just at a discreet distance, but certainly all the time, this kind of imposing presence, with a slight limp. And I think the hump on his back. What else do we make up about it? He's still around her. You can tell he's kind of got that vibe that he's always with her, and he always seems to know exactly what she needs. When she needs a glass of wine, he had it. When she needs whatever, he seems to kind of just be really in tune with what his mistress needs. She starts to go up and go up the stairs and goes with Emile Martel in tow. And as a matter of fact, She gives a look and a wink, and one of the Cardinal's Guards starts to go upstairs with her as well. So she's going upstairs with a couple men in tow.
I move over to Brisecourt.
I do notice you come, but I'm still searching the room. But I know that you're there.
Gotcha.
I know. We're looking for Francine. That's really ultimately how we can make best use of this party. But that man one of those men going up with our hostess, he is my cousin and a brutal man. So keep an eye on him too.
Easy. Okay. Perfect. We'll keep an eye on him. But he seemed to be very acquainted with our host.
Well, he saves his violence for women.
Let's pause to consider what bad thing could possibly happen every time Martin asks another musketeer to interact with one of his cousins. Let's just leave it at that. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
Two conversations: church and butchering my family.
Well, at this point, the trio has gone upstairs. The manservant Hervé seems to be at the top of the stairs, not so kind of surveying the party at that point. And the music has started. And at this point, I believe it's time to open the emails.
Oh no!
As the mail has started.
I'm opening the email now.
And Anthony is actually, or I'm quite sorry. Well, it's Anthony's up at this point because we're going to be the first person that's being asked to play the part of a non-player character, and just to let everybody else know what's going on. At this point,
turn my mic off.
Oh yeah, at this point, yeah. See, this is exactly what I wanted. Just turn your mic back on because this is exactly the. So for the people at home, what happened was as I was coming up with this idea for what this campaign or this adventure was going to be or this session, I started thinking, gosh, at this ball there ought to be some interactions with some non-player characters, and so I had these ideas in my head, and I'm thinking to myself, why would I do that? Why would I not use my resources? These three gentlemen right here, and so I figured, why not just give them a basic idea. Of what this non-player character, their motivation or their idea, what they were about, and okay, just not tell them until the moment who they're going to play and what they're going to do, and just see what happens. So that's what I'll say about that. So the music starts, people are beginning to dance, and also the other thing before you guys get started, I'm imagining all this is really kind of happening simultaneously. Like we're going to do this one at a time, and I might, depending on how things go, flip back and forth, but probably not. But just imagine it as we have these three interactions, each with a character and with a non-player character. These are all kind of happening simultaneously during like a dance. So take it away,
Okay.
Angelique.
Okay. So, Angelique, a lovely young lady, has been staring at Brisecourt since he walked in.
Okay.
Just staring up and down, lingering on specific parts.
I'm do nod.
She has the mask of an angel, complete with halo, little wings, and she just keeps smiling every time you make eye contact. Another smile, a little wave.
I do make a pause to my search and get near. Good evening, my lady. Nice costume you have.
Oh, well, I like the idea of it, but maybe a red costume would have been better.
Red costume. Why did you just get one? Red clothes are everywhere in Paris.
Oh, but maybe discovery is the exciting part of a ball like this. The angel is really a devil.
Ah, you make poetry. That's very nice. It sounds very good.
Get me a drink?
Of course. I do take a servant's a cup. Here you are. Let's drink to this party.
And dance. We should dance. You look like a good dancer.
Oh, well, it's not my best thing to do, but I do enjoy a dance. Let's dance then. I do take the hand of the lady. At the same time, still looking for Francine, but...
That's awesome. And she dances enthusiastically and closely and occasionally touches things that she probably shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do reply with hands stealthily getting under a dress. But I look her in the eyes. It feels like you exactly knew what you were searching for here.
I was looking for a musketeer to rescue me from a fearsome bandit or cardinal's guard. She shoots an angry look across at one of the cardinal's guards. They're not
Okay.
so gentlemanly as you.
I do try to look at her eyes. Could it be Francine?
Her eyes are not Francine's eyes, that's for sure.
Okay. Do we know each other? Outside of the event?
Not as well as I'd like.
Oh, and you do live in Paris?
Well, all of these questions you ask, they should be earned, perhaps by by showing me the wit and charm that you are so famous for. If you could just... That one. That guard over there, if you could make him look the fool, then I will answer all of your questions.
How valuable your answers could be. I'm not here to make a fool of a friend.
Well, that man is not your friend.
Maybe in his head, but I am his.
Are you a friend to men or a friend to women?
Maybe a little more for women. But I do like to be surrounded by happy people. But it won't be fair. If I makes you happy, I won't make him unhappy. And I will spoil his reputation, and I'm good at that.
But think of all the laughter there would be all around us in the party. Won't you do this one thing for me? Just one small thing.
No.
That's always your answer. And she flounces away angrily.
Well, that was where we should cut that scene. At this point, Francois, it's time for you to take the part.
Oh, well, I have to finish reading it.
That is okay.
Well, take just a few minutes.
I can go.
I go.
Okay, yeah, that's
Nope.
fine. That's fine. I'll tell you what,
Okay.
because yeah, that's fine. Sebastian, you are up while Francois reads his. Or
Okay.
this will,
A woman, slim of frame and wearing pale blue and gold, with a white porcelain mask with a moon painted over the cheeks, approach Martin.
Oh, good heavens.
She comes by the back and passes her arm around his, and she just very politely, she says, "Would you like to share this dance with me?"
Oh, certainly, madam. He unclenches his fist, which he unconsciously clenched.
That must be the empathy kicking in. She leads Martin into the center of the room and start mimicking Martin's move. If he dances with some energy, she mimic his style of dance. She's
That's not going to happen.
then she's dancing very, very
Formal,
gently,
traditional.
formal, exactly. And she says, "Do you recognize me?"
I do not, for you are wearing a mask. Out of curiosity, do I recognize the young woman? He says no, regardless.
I'll give you a hint. We traveled together in the city of Strasbourg.
Ah, forgive me for not recognizing you, my lady.
Well, for once, these kinds of parties are not where I usually end. And when I saw you here, I took it as a gesture, maybe a divine gesture, because I need counsels, I need wisdom. And since you are a man of faith, maybe I could explain and gain some insight on my current situation.
Please, I am all yours.
Maybe we should talk in a more private space.
Absolutely.
So she just take your hand and and basically she will follow you because you are a musketeer, you are a man.
That's right.
She's supposed to be behind. So when you finally reach a more tranquil corner, let's say, she removed the mask, and you see Louise de Lafayette's face. She's a little bit tired, as you can see, and she start confiding already, like she already knew you. She
Right.
After all, she know you from a travel. She connected with you. So I was thinking of, after being of service in Louis for so long, our relationship can no longer evolve into something else, because Louis' purity could be at risk, and you won't allow that, and I won't allow that either. So as a woman of my stature, the only path is becoming a nun and serve the Lord. That is my intention, or those were my intentions
Until
I started to have those dreams where I took arm. I had a sword in my hand, and you know the legend, the folklore of the Maid of Orleans. Maybe those stories have crawled into my mind, as I was a fan of her stories as a child. But these dreams are harassing me, and I feel torn between two paths in life: serve Louis, serve my faith, serve the Lord, and these strange compulsion to help the king in another way. It's really strange. I'm very confused.
What is this other way? I do not know these stories.
Well, she looked at the mask as a reflection of herself, and she's verging on sadness almost, and she's like, you see this mask? I was thinking of maybe putting that on my face and follow the Lord's message and help my fellow man. You see, you heard the news about the taxes and Richelieu's effort to drain every peasant of their hard-earned money. There's not so much food on the tables around Paris. There's so much to be done, and maybe it's that nuns can do nothing about it. I don't know. And now she comes to you, and she places her face against your shoulder, and she's a confused young woman.
Right. I chastely pat her on the back, very stiff. There are times when France needs leaders, men or women. And the call to the convent or to the monastery can be a very powerful one. I know I've heard it myself. As you know, the call that I listen to is a more active one, more in the world. I would ask you, what does your heart say? Do you feel called to action, to be down in the mud and the blood, leading? Or is it to retreat from the world and serve as an example of what we can achieve if we have faith?
You are very wise. She looked into your eyes deep. You feel almost intimidated by this little woman. You know, you remind me of Louis. You are pure. You are strong. Your words are wise. I'll think about what you said. Thank you, Martin. And she kissed you on both cheeks. She put the masks on, and she go outside. She's leaving this place of unpure activities.
Martin will follow her from a distance to make sure she gets into her carriage and departs safely.
There's probably a couple of Lafayette bodyguard outside with a carriage waiting for the lady and her risque evening. And probably a couple of extra special Secret Service guy too.
Probably. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right,
Back
we're
into
gonna cut that one right there. And last but not least, Francois, you are up.
Okay, so Jean-Marie, probably while you are in your thoughts, a woman comes to you, a pretty tall woman. She has a golden mask. She has blonde hair. She looks at you without saying a word. Would you dance with me? You seems to be bored.
Yeah, I'll dance with her if you don't wanna.
She looks at Jacques, and then she looks back at Jean-Marie.
It's a tall drink of water right there.
She do take your hand. She has a firm hand, and she says, "I insist." Dancing is a good way to share some, and she's looking around, things we have to say, and think it could be right now. She begins to pull your arms, Jean-Marie.
Well, she feel resistance, not because Jean-Marie is pulling, just because he's the kind of man who is always on the verge of fighting, and you have less touch to soft people. So he's there like a little lost in his thoughts. And I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but there is one woman on this earth I can dance with. She's waiting for me in Orléans.
She looks around, and then she approaches with a drink in her hand. She doesn't drink it. She just tells you, "We know each other. I'm Sister Blanche."
We have not met, I believe. I'm pleased to meet you.
We have not met, nevertheless. And she's looking around, and she goes by your ear. me and my sister Odette. We escaped our custody. Probably some Cardinal's guard are searching for us. You know, after Mother Superior died, it kind of became clear we were in some sort of a fog. And something's wrong. Something's wrong with the Cardinal. Something's wrong with the church that is close to the Cardinal. I'm not sure. What is it?
I'll take her hand and pull her aside, turn around and say, "What do you want?"
Just to tell you, this Cardinal have some dealings with nobles.
Look around you. Everyone has dealings. Everyone has something. You'll have to be more precise.
I can't be. I have to hide myself with my sister, but we have to get back to fight.
Why do you come to me? I made a report to Mr. de Treville to close your goddamn order.
And it's closed down.
You are ineffective. You are tainted. There's evil inside of your walls.
No, we're fight evil. Me and my sister, and she tries not to raise a voice.
Next time I'm going to your coven, it's going to torch the building down. Do you hear me, woman?
And she's trying to look if Cardinal guards are noticing.
I'm pointing the woman like if she wears a man, you know, menacing her like, how dare.
Something even greater, some evil even greater than all of us is coming around.
Do something about it. Start to hunt monsters in your own home. Then come to me. Goodbye. I'll return to the floor.
By the way, I haven't saw the brat I fought last time. You remember? We were not at our best. Now we are. And she's going back. And she's trying to get out of the place as fast as she can because she has Rose's attention.
That's
I'm gonna have another drink to finish that. Like, I don't believe the nerve on these wannabes.
Why don't you, Jacqueline? Why don't you dance her? This is pretty hot. This is kind of a tall drink of water.
I'm gonna grab Jacques by the collar. I'm gonna go to the next window and I'm gonna throwing out the building. I just have enough.
because it is hot.
Yep.
The window is open. The window is open. So.
Sometimes you have to take out the trash.
And there's some gas. There's some the Cardinals guards that are still there. Three. They're still there, kind of looking over there, very amused. You hear some gasps. The only people that really gasped and looked kind of like distressed were the two young ladies that were that he was speaking to earlier. You know, one of whom was convinced that he's a rich man with the style from the southern provinces, and he thought maybe she was gonna, she might marry him and get his cash before he expires.
He's gonna get bruised a little. They will help him maybe later. The circle of life, you know.
Right. At this point, the dance is kind of ended. They starting another dance. You guys pretty much has all happened in real time, simultaneously. And at that point, there's probably been a couple dances going on, so it's been a little while. And you can see Etienne, which is perfect hair, the man that Briscoe had a duel with not so long ago. He's actually the Cardinals guard. It's difficult to tell them apart, but he's the Cardinals guard that went up the stairs with Godelieve. His mask is on cockeyed, so you can see his face. He looks very disheveled, as if he didn't quite put his clothes on quite right. His kazak is a little askew.
Mm-hmm.
He looks pretty beat up. And are you wearing your mask, Briscoe?
Yeah, with the long nose.
Yeah, you are wearing your mask with the long nose. Well, let's see. I haven't rolled any dice for anybody yet, but I'm gonna roll perception for him just for giggles. Somehow, as he's staggering down there, he figures out that it's you. First game after all tonight, kids. And,
Yay!
Yay! And he kind of is glaring at you as he's kind of walking down the stairs. He's walking like almost like he's drunk or beat up, and he just kind of looks at you kind of disdainfully. He's like, "You wish you had my hair and my charm. You're not half the man. Half the man." And he's just kind of stumbling down the stairs and just goes right past you. This gives you this, and
Good try.
Emil, not half the man. Not today, but I will get next time. I had you. That was a nice trick you had with a, oh, I won the fight. Yeah. But at the same time, like right behind him, like probably a minute behind him, long enough for him to kind of make an ass of himself as he's walking down there. You notice that Emile Martel is also walking down the stairs, somewhat more presentable, obviously drained. Just looks like he's been through the ringer a little bit. And
good.
Harvey.
Little drained. Oddly enough, so Hervé is no longer at the top of the stairs. Sometime during that dance, he vanished. There's no sign of Hervé, no sign of Godelieve. Then again, you were busy, so you're not sure where the heck they are. Emile kind of walks past everybody's, past his mask, puts his mask back on, walks right over to his friend Oliver, who is in a different area of the party, and you can kind of see Oliver rolls his eyes at his friend, and young Oliver, you don't even need to be able to read lips. He says it so loudly. You can't hear him say this, but just his mouth extriculates. He's kind of like, "I told you." He's looking at him like, "I can't believe it," and just looks at him like kind of disdainfully, like, "What did you think was going to happen?"
Olivier, I have a feeling, maybe just searching my memory, that he's the one who was kind of dating Francine.
At the end, perfect hair? No. Oh no! This is not the guy. This is not the guy you're looking for.
Okay.
And but then again, your memory with so many women, wait a minute. Should you roll to see whether you actually think that? This is not D&D. I won't make you do that.
Let the public decide.
Let the public decide. But I thought about it. Anyhow. Around this point,
so we haven't seen hide nor hair of Francine this whole time.
Not a bit, not a darn thing. You start to hear right around that same time, kind of like a bustle near the entrance, kind of like people recognizing another important guest as showed up, and some gas and whatnot, and a tall man, another guy with undeniably commanding, charismatic presence, walks in. With two women, one woman on each arm. They're all in masks. The guy is dressed at the height of fashion. The women are gorgeous. If there's a 10, then they're 11s. And he just comes in, and you can see kind of like the party. The party doesn't stop, but people know who this guy is, and you hear like the whispers of Julien. Oh, Julien, Monsieur Lebeau, he's here, and he kind of comes in, and he just like, "I'm here, folks. I'm here." He's got that commanding presence as he's walking through. Not far behind him. He has, some few servants bustling around, but he's got a guy that's like a manservant, rather tall, muscular-looking guy, very stoic himself. Kind of almost like I wouldn't say Arnold Schwarzenegger presence, but just that kind of really, stone face sort of thing. And he's escorting an obviously very pregnant woman, the manservant is, who is also masked. And he almost appears to be steadying her, like she seems to be like having trouble walking. She's very pregnant. And in the meantime, Julien is starting to make the rounds, and great flourishes, kissing the hands of all the ladies that that Risco has kissed. He's now kissing all those same hands.
He only has the money.
You can almost hear the sharp-dressed man theme song going on as he's walking. Yeah. As you have just never seen clothes like these. You can even like catch your eyes. He kind of sizes up your clothes, smiles, and just keeps walking. But he's the man with a plan.
Okay, and Julien Lebeau, isn't it? the guy was dating Francine. I have lots of names written on my sheet.
Yeah, that seems to be it. That seems to be this guy, Julien Lebeau.
Oh.
You remember? Yeah, Eugene was nice enough to write down that name for you as well, so you can look at the sheet. Your sheet says.
Oh yeah. Okay. Shh. Okay. Shh. Okay. I do approach a man.
Ah, bonjour, monsieur.
Enchanté. And I'm looking at the both ladies. Try to see if I can remember one of those eyes.
Oh, all right, go roll me some perception. What the heck?
2 success.
2 success. You're pretty sure you might have spent a night with one of these ladies, but you're also pretty sure neither one of them is Francine. In fact, you're almost convinced you might have spent a night with both of them, maybe at the same time. But there's been so many women. It is so difficult.
It's a blur.
It's a blur. So they look familiar, but then again, all women kind of look familiar to you.
Yeah. Oh, monsieur.
Hey.
Pretty ladies you have with you tonight.
Oh, always pretty ladies. Always pretty ladies.
Yes.
Paris is full of them. There is not enough time.
I do agree. Have a nice evening, and I let him pass.
Ah, and he's just making the rounds of the entire run. People asking about his trips. He seems to be making a lot of conversation about. You can hear people talking amongst themselves about the fact that he's been to places like Transylvania and Moldavia, all these exotic countries.
Yeah,
Exotic Moldavia.
Yeah. Well, they've never been there. They have no clue. They see it on the map. 100 miles distant. It must be exotic.
Do we recognize the pregnant lady?
It's probably Jacqueline.
Or is it possible that there's another pregnant woman in Paris?
Unthinkable. Not with Briscoe running around.
Inconceivable.
There must be thousands of pregnant women.
Yeah. Well, it's maybe Jacqueline. I don't know. There's so many Cardinals guard. Nathaniel might be around. We saw him there.
Yeah, pretty sure one was Nathaniel. Yeah.
Probably Jacqueline. I do get to Jean-Marie. I don't like this place. That's not my kind of party.
Yep, it's a shit show.
I do agree with you, and you were right, and I felt the same as we got here. People want to play tricks with us.
We're laughing stocks. We should get out.
At about this point,
I think we should get out.
Well, it was useful for me.
at about this point, you're gonna hear a little gasp of people, as if something's happened for a second, and you realize that you turn around, you can see that the pregnant woman has kind of stumbled, and the manservant that was guiding her obviously just didn't have her arm well enough, and at that point, Julien is some distance away from his manservant, still with his 2 arm decorations, and he spins around a little bit, and the woman stumbles, her mask starts falling off, and you can see this is Francine. And at the same time, you hear a scream from behind you, and a woman's voice just shrieking, "No, this is impossible!" Just obviously incredibly distressed. "It cannot be!"
No, it
I look
cannot.
that way.
No.
Who's screaming?
As you look back, there's a well-dressed woman near the back. She's torn her mask off because she's like having trouble. She's gasping. She's fanning herself. She's hyperventilating. And this is Josephine. And she is just shrieking, "This is impossible. I just saw her 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. She was not even pregnant. This is impossible." And she's just obviously in hysterics. People are, crowding around her. Julien snaps his fingers, and a bunch of the servants at the party begin to like all kind of converge on Josephine. And at that point, once those servants start to converge on her, it looks as though they're trying to escort her out of the party, or escort this obviously hysterical woman out of the area. The Cardinal's guards, who have all recognized, you can tell, they know who this woman is. They all get very upset, and they start converging upon that area. One of them has actually drawn his sword.
Oh.
Unhand her!
Converging on Jacqueline?
They're conversing on Josephine and the servants, which seem to be wanting to escort her out of the party.
Okay.
They're taking the wife of their captain in hands, and one guy's already like, unhand that woman.
I do get near one of them. Oh, Jacques is not there anymore. He would have been useful.
Not so much.
That's the way to. Let's call it odds or evens. Did Jacques make his way back in the party?
Odd.
You're gonna call odd.
He's totally drunk. He's not useful.
Evens. He is completely. He is completely in the bushes.
Okay.
Probably, yeah. So he's not there to back you up. It's 3 against 4. However, good news is at the end didn't look like he was in good shape.
That's right.
I do get in front of the Cardinals, trying to get in between Josephine, and say to the guards, "Hey, did you see? The desserts are all served."
And
time for a con?
Go ahead, roll con at -8.
Yeah,
at this point, they see the servants of the party laying their hands upon the wife
I take
of their
7
captain.
style points.
You're going to spend your style points on this. Okay. Hey.
All of them. I have 8 dice to roll. 7 style points. And I do roll a 4.
You-
Was worth it. So, and I do look at Josephine. Go! Well, while they're searching for the deserts.
Right. Now you realize that Josephine is being Josephine really can't go anywhere at this point because she's shrieking. She's got the servants of Godelier, one on each arm, attempting to escort out of the party.
Okay.
I'm moving to Francine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do take Josephine by the arm, maybe not try to accompany her and try to calm her. Don't worry, I'm with you, and trying to get her out of the place myself.
And Jean-Marie?
Jean-Marie will step next to Martin, and he will push away anyone who might get close to Martin and Francine.
Okay, well, at this point, just handling this first, as far as Alphonse and Josephine grabs some Briscoe. Briscoe, I do not know what's going on. She was not pregnant 3 weeks ago. She is ready to have a baby anytime. This is.
Martin is near, and I try to calm her.
Yeah, and she is just out of her mind, like inconsolable, just as going around the twist at this point.
Okay.
Back to Martin and Jean-Marie. At this point, Julien, as they come up approaching Francine, already he's already chastising his manservant. How clumsy! How could you let her slip like that? Helping her put her mask back on, and he looks at you with Musketeers. You must help save us from these crazy Cardinal's Guard. They are drawing their swords. Save us! And as he says that, the guests around the party all begin to, many of the guests hear this rousing speech. So they say, "Please save us, monsieur!" And he's as if he's kind of swaying the mood of the party. You have these guests that are backing away from the Cardinal's Guards and imploring the Musketeers to please help. But the Cardinal's Guards are going towards the dessert table, so it's a little bit odd.
Well, I've made it clear that it was the best dessert around.
I'm confused, so I'm gonna defer to my companions. I will just wait for this signal and go into that camp or that direction. But I'll wait. This is not a good soirée for Jean-Marie. I'll wait for a signal.
And at this point, Julien begins to go upstairs with, and on one arm he's helping Francine with one arm, and on the other arm is his manservant, and they're helping her upstairs, going up that same staircase.
I don't think we can. Well, I don't think we can allow that.
No, and I'm screaming, no, she won't get up there. We can't hold this down.
We have her, monsieur.
I'm very curious about this man's intentions. Being open-minded and empathetic as I am.
Ah, okay. Go ahead. Give me a good empathy roll.
All right. Well, I hope to give you a good empathy roll.
I would hope so.
I'm going to use 3 reds and 2 whites for my massive. Oh, that's just ridiculous. So on 8 dice, 3 successes.
Yeah.
3 successes. Well, even so, you're pretty sure that his intentions are not awesome. He is not being entirely truthful with you.
That's all I need to know. I stand in the way of not awesomeness at any moment.
And I follow.
So, unhand that woman. And my hand is on my rapier hilt.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Monsieur, this is outrageous. And he still begins to take her upstairs, and he just says, Amaury, handle this. And already a few servants from the party are also kind of rushing towards you as well.
Oh, no way. I'm running, and I will get upstairs.
Some of these servants are starting to draw steel. There's some people there that have been kind of in the background, those security guards.
Well, let's see who goes first then.
Yeah, let's see who goes first. Yeah, absolutely. You can try to what?
Yeah. Oh, I was aiming for their mask, just to...
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mix their mask.
Sebastian's favorite die, the blue die.
The blue die, indeed.
I get to roll 3 of them for initiative.
Yeah. Excellent.
It's time for initiative then.
It is time for initiative.
I get 4.
3.
All right, hold on for 1 second. What is your dexterity? Oh, no, I don't need to know your dexterity. I have it here, so I'm good. And Jean-Marie, what did you get?
By the power of 0, I compel you.
Power of 0.
You're delaying your action until the end?
That's
Yep.
Apparently he's doing that. Okay, we're gonna say. Actually, I gotta roll for Julien as well. At this point, sorry, give me 1 second. I did not anticipate having to do that right now, but all right, Julien is on 2, and I'm gonna say his lackey. Okay, they're on 2 as well. So, Martin, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'll draw rapier and mangoche, right? And advance on Julien.
Okie dokie.
I want him to know it's I'm calling him out. So Julien, face me, I will say. If he doesn't, he's a chicken.
Yes.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
He's a chicken. Done.
Are you doing anything else?
Well, I've drawn my weapons. I'm moving into fighting position. I'm ready to defend myself and cut my way through to get to him.
Okay. So you're not that.
I don't have quick draw or anything like that.
Right, I got you. I got you. Well, at this point, it's now his manservant's turn. his manservant. He's already been, told to kind of take care of this. The other guards are kind of like making their way towards the area. Everybody, including the Cardinals guards, who have some pastries at this point, are all kind of looking, just kind of stunned at all that's going on. Although a couple of people look excited. And let's see what happens here. All right. Well, this is going to be nearly impossible to defend against, as the manservant lets go of Francine, moves with incredible speed, and just throws a fist right at Martin.
Woo!
So roll some defense, and you are
All
rolling
right.
against a nearly impossible.
Nearly impossible.
Nearly impossible. That would be 6.
That's terrible. I don't think I can do that.
Could I spend style to take the hit instead?
Well, I can try. I'm okay. I can do it.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
so that's 6. So this is 7 dice, because I've got no qualms about parrying with my steel. So
Oh, absolutely. I would.
here we go. 7 dice versus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so you were going to take, that's 3. So you're actually going to take 1 lethal and 1 non-lethal.
Ouch.
Oh,
Yeah, because this guy's talented.
Okay.
I believe, if I understand correct, he has the lethal blow talent. So he's done actually 3 wounds.
Yep.
So every two non-lethal turn into lethal. You've
You
taken,
got it
so
right.
this guy hits you, and I don't know if you feel a rib crack or whatever, but this guy knows how to hurt people, and with his bare hands. Just kind of, and in fact, I don't know, does that stun you?
1 and 1? No, it doesn't.
Okay, you're not stunned, but you're shocked.
Close. Yep.
You haven't been,
Should
you
have let me.
haven't been clocked like that. Anyhow, this would be Bree's score.
my goal is to get to Francine.
Okay.
So I don't know whatever obstacles that are in between me. Depending on what their intentions are, I will decide on an action.
At this point, I believe people are just kind of so stunned that you can get up there. You probably can't act until next round, but you can get up to.
Okay,
you
I
have to
get
pushing
to
the guests around. Yeah.
I take Francine by the hand. Come with me.
Well, understand too that like at this point, I mean, there's Julien has her by one arm, and his manservant Omri is pretty much standing between the musketeers and this couple as he's continuing to lead her up the stairs.
I want to get to Francine. I do rush the people out of my way.
Yeah, you can rush the people out of your way. It's not them you have to worry about. It's his manservant at this point. So you've gotten up to that point where you can try to get around him next action, next turn.
Yeah. Perfect.
I think it's going to take you all that time to move up that far.
Well, I will try to get the attention of this manser that is with her.
Mhm.
Just telling him, "Hey, you don't know how to touch women? Big brute, you are." I just want to draw his attention elsewhere.
Okay. You can do that this round as you're running up.
Yeah.
After you just clocked the heck out of Martin. Go ahead.
It's kind of intimidation, or
You can try whatever use whatever you want. He's going to make a roll cutter roll.
I feel it's more like intimidation.
Okay.
Well, I have 1 success, so maybe not. I'm not heard that much.
No, he seems to have somehow. He's not. You didn't impress him yet. Jean-Marie?
Well, this boy can hurt people, hey? I'm gonna draw steel and find out more about him.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna slash him. That's 4 success.
Ooh.
4 successes. That is a mighty slash.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
you've never seen anything quite like this. But as you do that, as you swing your sword, which something which you should have just, caused a grievous wound, this man catches your sword in his hand, looks at you, kind of like just gives you this stone face, evil look, this kind of a smirk, runs his hand up it. You can see the blood dripping off of his hand, but he stopped your sword right there, blocked it.
I follow with a headbutt.
That's gonna be your action next round. Excellent. All right, the headbutt.
Yep.
But yeah, he rolled enough to block your sword with his hand.
I'm not impressed.
At this point, let's see who's going next. And at that point, Julien, actually, you got away with murder there. You got to go on 0 first before Julien. All Julien's doing is moving up the stairs as fast as he can with a pregnant woman in tow. And at the meantime, a bunch of the guards from the party have all kind of arrived around there, and it's actually about 9 guards. They're kind of surrounding you at this point, so they're not going to take an action until next round. So we're back up to Martin, who has conveniently muted his microphone.
As the growling started, yeah. Somebody's growling in this fight. Okay. So Jean-Marie are shoulder to shoulder with this manservant, this tough guy. Wow. Excitement.
And the dogs go crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I need to take some extra levels in followers for attack dogs, I guess, so that makes sense.
You do. That would probably work really well here.
Actually, I just might. Okay. Does he block the whole bottom of the stairwell, this large man?
No.
So
He's pretty much then. Yeah, you could try to duck around him because pretty much it's like it's a pretty wide stairwell. I mean, Francine and Julien were right up against on each other, so you're trying to get to them. So, and he's pretty much trying to interpose. He moves fast.
I want to make use of all this extra agility and mobility that I have. So as Jean-Marie comes up and as his blade gets grasped, I want to bound up on the handrail, the wide handrail, get behind this guy, and attack him from behind.
Yeah, you could do that. Okay. And let's see, what sort of off the top of your head, what sort of modifier happens to that? Is he losing his active defense?
To move.
As far as like being attacked from behind.
Oh, him. Yeah, that puts him at his passive defense only.
Okay,
if it's a surprise. If it's a surprise.
Right.
So
I wouldn't call it a full surprise, but I would say probably give you a fairly good bonus. Or take a bunch of his defense dice away for that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's up to you.
Yeah, I would take a bunch of his defense dice away for that. His attention's divided. You've got behind him.
All right. So then, I will attack with a mitt full of dice, a disgusting, gross handful of dice. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11.
Successes?
Successes.
All right, he manages to block 3 of them. So what are we left with? We're
11 minus 3.
Yeah, 11 minus 3. We're left with
Probably
8.
knocked down.
We're left with 8 successes. Okay, well he's
Up
obviously
or
wounded.
down, he's getting that headbutt in the face.
He's clearly stunned. So he's go ahead. So explain exactly what this looks like because you haven't killed him. He's at -1.
Right. Yeah. All right. So Jean-Marie and I are side by side. I'm on the left because I'm left-handed. Jean-Marie's on the side, and he attacks. The guy grabs his sword and slides his hand so the blood is dripping. Without missing a beat, Martin leaps up on the handrail, the wide handrail, and runs up the stairs, jumping off to land on the stair behind him and do a wicked slash down his back, making him stiffen, and then a thrust through the side.
Ah. So he's at -1 at that point. He's kind of slumping. I mean, he's not dead yet, but he's not doing really good. Kind of slumping towards Jean-Marie. And we're going to kind of freeze frame him right there because it is now Briscoeur's turn. Now, keep in mind, Briscoeur, at this point, you've come up upon this carnage, and they're also behind you. Several servants, the guards of the party, kind of all converging.
Okay. I'm in the stairs, right?
Yeah, you're on the stairs. You're pretty much just coming, as far as I can tell, you're coming up right upon this action. You're about everybody's got probably like 3/4 of the way up this grand staircase at this point.
My goal is to get to Francine. So tell me what is between me and her.
Stairs. I mean, it's be easy for you to go around the 3 combatants at this point.
Okay. I get around. Okay, and this is Julien who is taking her harm, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can, because he's escorting a very, very pregnant woman, you can certainly get to them at this point.
Oh, well, I do. No, I don't want to argue with this guy. I just want to take his arm and try to pull him down the stairs.
Okay.
I'm not very good at that, but I do it.
Oh, yeah, I guess make a brawl touch attack.
Well, that's what I will do, and I will try this. I will. I can get chancy dice on that. I can use chance on that, isn't it?
You could, of course. Every 2 dice you add, that increases your difficulty by 1.
Okay. I will add 4 dice.
So then, all right. So then this is going to be an opposed roll, if I understand it correctly. So yeah, it's going to be a. I mean, he only gets to use his active defense, not his passive defense. So okay.
Okay, I'll try. Oh, that might be good. 4 success.
Okay. Of course, you made it difficult, but you still beat him. He only rolled a 1, so you're able to grab his arm.
So I grab him and I try to pull him down the stairs because I want to be beside Francine.
Okay, well, if you want to try to pull him downstairs, I think, and I could be doing this wrong, but I'm going to say just make an opposed strength roll with this guy really fast.
All right.
Just roll twice your strength.
Yeah. Oop. I hope to have at least 1. 0.
and he got a grand total of 1. So you have him by the arm. You're pulling him. Is unhand me, sir.
No.
His guards.
No.
At this point, the manservant has lost his action, so he does not get to go. And we are now up to Julien. So you have his arm. He also has his other arm is on Francine. See, now I can't remember her name either. Other arm's on Francine. And he's literally
special quality.
Yeah, exactly.
Forgettable.
And he looks at you and goes, "You must let me go. I mean the woman no harm." Give me a willpower roll.
Me?
Because he's going to con you. He's going to con you.
I have to roll twice my willpower or just my
willpower? Right. And he is rolling.
He's digging out extra dice.
But that is twice my willpower. That's it?
That's correct. Now he is just to be fair, he is rolling 12 dice.
Oh, just that.
And so this would be, wait a minute, I think we have to make a
disappointment in this voice.
It says near impossible, even more nearly impossible, slightly more nearly impossible. I'm rolling like Martin here. So all you have to do is beat 9 successes.
Oh, I only have 3.
You're pretty convinced at this point, haven't had to do this yet, that he really doesn't mean her any harm. You think you may misjudge this, that he's just trying to get her to safety.
I do release my hand gently. and do nothing.
That's fantastic. Okay, and at this point, at the same time, the various guards are coming up. A couple of them have actually grabbed Jean-Marie, who is still able to headbutt. That's okay. But a couple of people just started to grab your arms. Other guys are running past you and trying to get up to Francine and their master. Nobody's really, actually tried to attack anybody yet, but they're all just kind of swarming over you people. And let's see, it is now Jean-Marie's turn.
All right. Time to spend those style points. I'm gonna spend 2.
Yeah, I understand they haven't really made an attack. They don't firmly have you, but they're starting to put their hands on your shoulders. There's a couple guys. There's one guy on each shoulder trying to grab you.
So 3. All right. So I'm going to use Brawl to this headbutt maneuver. Let's see. 2 successes.
2 successes. He was not choosing to defend himself at this particular time, so we're able to do 2 non-lethal to this guy. It hurts. He's got quite the hard noggin, but you do manage to, whack him some more. So this guy is seriously not doing particularly good. All right, Martin, you are behind him, so nobody's actually gotten to you yet as far as the minions.
All right. Well, Jean-Marie is more than capable of handling him and holding the base of the stairs, so I'm going to replace Brisecourt in the assault on Julien.
Okay. He has
save
moved,
Francine from the upstairs.
He has moved to this point where he is given the time to let go. He's gotten to the point where he is entering a room.
Okay.
Large door. So
I'm going to close. I have a pretty good move.
Yep.
And I'll keep shouting at him all the way up the stairs. Come back, you coward! And give Brisecourt kind of a curious look as I pass him on the stairs.
Yeah, he's completely ignoring you. Because he's grabbing a pregnant woman at this point. Like, he's at the door. He's trying to close the doors. Obviously, his intention is to go in this room, close the door, and shut you out.
Sure, yeah.
Why is the rush?
Okay.
So am I able to catch him at the door, or?
Yeah, you should be able to catch him at the door. Like at this point, he's trying to close the door.
All right. So I don't fear the small space. I'm going to attack him through the door. I've had enough of this. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
Okay.
And if my blade is in the doorway, then he can't close it. So.
Gotcha.
Okay.
The small space. You're trying to. If he's in, you get small space.
Thrust through the space. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe take a couple dice penalty just because it's a little awkward. You're trying to get through the door. You're trying not to hit Francine. Hopefully.
2, 3, 4.
I say 4 because it's pretty weird. At that point, he's trying to close the door. You're trying to make sure you don't hit her. All that stuff. So that's about right.
All right. Here we go.
Go, go, go.
Well, this is not so thrilling. On all of these dice, only 2 successes. 4 zeros.
No.
Oh,
He manages to defend an average attack. And gets out of the way. It's like, you coward! Attacking a man helping a lady. And that's all he does right now because it's not his turn. So, Brisecourt, what are you up to at this point? You're just standing there. You've let go.
Okay. I do try to grab Josephine to see what she's doing right now.
Well, Josephine, all the way at the bottom of the stairs.
With my eyes. Huh?
I said, Josephine. Josephine's all the way at the bottom of the stairs, like shrieking in hysterics. Francine, who you're here to find, is going into this.
I look at Josephine. I think everything is fine. I don't know how much round I'm in. There's this charm, so.
Yeah, you think everything is fine. There's absolute cacophony going on. There, there's a couple of minions, guards, closing right on you. About 3 of them actually.
Well, I will try to help. Well, if I do. I guess I have conscience that Jean-Marie is in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, you could probably figure that out.
Okay, I can figure that out. So I try to come back, and since I'm upstairs, I'll try to do an acrobatic and try to jump on the melee, trying to just to add my weight and disperse the different fighters.
Yeah, go ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
That's my line.
Nothing. So I jump.
What kind of acrobatics?
Yeah, just jumping in the melee.
Yeah. What's your acrobatics?
Athletics. Sorry.
Oh, I thought okay, because I was gonna say your acrobatics would have been interesting.
I would use athletics on that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my goal is to fall down the stairs with all the people.
Yeah. It's right now something you've got the high ground. Things are so incredibly chaotic. Yeah. 2 successes will do it.
It's 2 successes. Well, I have 3.
All right.
So I just try to get the people off balance. If it means that Jean-Marie is getting off balance too, but he's just trying to break the melee.
Okay, yeah, you definitely can land right square in the middle of things, knocking the guys who are coming up on you aside or into the back of the unconscious manservant, probably pushing him into Jean-Marie, who's probably deft enough to get out of the way. So you're pretty much landing. You're crowd surfing at this point, I think, is probably the best.
All right.
Jean-Marie, what are you doing as this man begins to crowd surf?
I take a moment to acknowledge the style of his body surfing movement, and then I will slash the man in front of me again, but this time with steel and at my head.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jean-Marie, Briscoe, you got a style point for that.
Oh, thanks.
For the crowd surfing.
3 successes.
3 successes. All right. At this point, he's unconscious. He's not even defending himself. You pretty much, at this point, he slumps down. He was slumping forward. Now he's kind of slumping back because he's got Briscoe on top of him. There's several people on top of him. But you managed to just pretty much cut him open. And this man just kind of slumps down to his knees and then falls. And he just doesn't look right. Something about him begins to just change imperceptibly, just a little bit. Like his face starts to look a little bit different. And he just kind of thumps down to the bottom. You're the only person that probably notices this because you're right up on top of him.
Oh,
but you can see like almost like a transformation was going on this body of this man, because you're pretty sure you just killed him. At this point, let's see, what the heck are all these minions doing? Most of them are pretty much being dispersed, rolling around. They're frantically trying to get up again. The Cardinal's guards, you can kind of see if you look, are around Josephine, helping her. I mean, she's a wife of their captain. So all the servants that were around her initially trying to get her out of the party are busy with you. So they're pretty much trying to escort her out, just making sure she's safe. They're completely ignoring you, because there's no way they're going to go back to Henri and say, "Oh yeah, we left your hysterical wife at the party, and had croissants and pastry, and then tussle with the musketeers." Pretty sure they're not going to do that. So that's what they're up to. So pretty much the various guards are kind of barking orders at you to stop, get out of the house, but mostly they're just trying to pick themselves up. And also at this point, Julien is able to close the door after your ineffectual attack, and you can hear him lock it.
That jerk.
And now it is Jean-Marie's turn. Or no, he
Okay.
already no, you killed him.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
I keep on letting you go first. Never mind. It's okay, but it was classic, so it's all right. That's style right there. That's Musketeer style. So Martin is just lock the door.
Well, I'll try and kick the door open.
Okie dokie.
Beat my way through the door, which
All right.
is probably not going to go very well for me because I'm not powerful like Jean-Marie.
Yeah, we're gonna say this is a pretty solid door. I'm gonna say this is hard.
Really? Taking one look at the door, I turn to my left and go into the room next door.
Good plan. Good plan. That's using your noggin. You go into the room next door. You can tell this. Obviously, the room that he went in is a pretty big room. Might be a master bedroom. Might be something like that.
Sure.
The other room looks like it might be servant's quarters. Somebody like a servant that would be immediately available to them.
I look for the servant's door.
You're looking for the servant's door. That's a good idea. You can tell the servant's door is there. The servant's door is also locked, but it is a much less substantial door.
I go through the door.
All righty.
Or, I try.
With style.
Yeah. All right. So I have an average strength, just 2. So that would be 4, I am imagining.
Right.
All right.
We're going to call this one. This one's going to be tough. It's not hard. You're still trying to go through a locked door. I
got to get 2 successes. Do you mind if I take the average on that?
No. You feel like you can hear things crack, but you didn't quite do it yet. It's tough. It's a 3. If I got my words right. Oh, yes. You're going to spend style.
I will spend style, yeah. Okay, so that's... I'll spend 2 style and do it on the average.
Okay. You're able to crack this door open. You can see at this point, that's probably going to take your entire action.
Yep, sure.
At that point, you can see in the wall, almost opposite from you, what looks to be like a large dumbwaiter, like something so big that a person could get in it. And you can see the doors closing on it, and just this look of shock and dismay on the face of Julien. And you're pretty sure at this point he's got Francine and himself in this dumbwaiter, closing this thing up. And you can almost hear him saying, "Inconceivable." But that's about where you are. So, Breeze, let's see.
If only my character's name were Johnny.
Yeah. Breeze Score, what are you doing?
Well, if I'm on my feet, I'm kicking anyone that seems to be hostile towards me or my friend.
Okay, hey, that's a good idea. So you're going to kick them?
Oh yeah. No, I don't want to pour blood. I just want to.
Sure, make a brawl attack.
I'm upstairs from them, I guess, or.
Yeah, I mean. Make a brawl attack. You could probably attack a couple guys, or whoever's around there.
Well, I have 1 success. I'm not that good at brawling.
Okay, so you managed to just about kick one of the guys, but he catches your boot and looks at you kind of disdainfully as they're still trying to get up, and that's about it.
I have the heels. Great, higher heels than Louis.
Higher heels than Louis. You know what? You got another die. Go ahead. We're gonna freeze this right here. Let's see if you can get another success on this die with that.
No, I can't.
Oh yeah, just roll a 1. I tell you, just roll an evens. Succeed on this die.
Oh, no,
it's very important.
No, it wasn't a success. No.
Oh, yeah.
Total 1 success with all the dice. Yeah.
You catch him with the toe, not the heel. That was really unfortunate.
No.
Life is hard.
All right, Julien is up, and he is closing the door of this dumbwaiter, and you can hear that it's starting to descend. You can pretty much tell this dumbwaiter's going down. He's got the doors closed, and that's what's happening there. Some of the guards or the guards are getting up, and at this point, they've decided to start to brawl with Jean-Marie. So you got a few guys trying to hit you, Jean-Marie. So
Ah,
all you really need to do is what I want you to do is make your brawl roll. Don't roll defense. Just roll your brawl.
Brawl. Okay. 0.
0.
No.
Yeah.
Really, you have just taken 2 non-lethal wounds. As these guys have, they still have their rapiers in their hands, but they're just whacking you around.
All right.
One of them punches you in the gut much harder than Jacques did.
Pretty good. I salute his
Jean-Marie's
effort.
tough.
I salute his effort with a nod. Like, good punch.
And at that point as well, a couple of the guys that haven't started, they're not busy with Briscoe. They're not busy beating up with you. You can hear them kind of gasp, and one guy's crossing himself at the end, and you can see they're just looking down at the body of this manservant. And one says, "Sacre bleu, what is it?" It's horrible. And one of the guys just backing down the stairs, completely white-faced. And where are we? Oh, we are finally down to Jean-Marie, who's got the snot beat out of him a little bit, but still, it's his turn.
I'm gonna turn to these guys and I'm gonna answer their question. That is you in a few minutes if you don't leave now, and I'll just intimidate them.
Mm.
Ooh, okay, roll some intimidation.
There. And since I have a 3, I know that. I enjoy the blue die, but it's so alone. It's so tiny.
Roll 3 ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 style.
Okay.
Make it a good 5. All right, that's 1 success.
All right.
1 success.
Can I go while I have my foot up? Can I listen to the thing? Can I go look to the guys and he means it, trying to help.
Are you giving him style? What do you got? You got
I
one
give him
style
my
die.
style point.
Okay, go ahead. Roll this other. Actually,
Or what about an assist?
Well, I'm good at intimidating.
Are you? Do you have intimidation?
6 now.
Oh, okay. So you know what? That's the 4. So you get 2 more dice. Yeah, roll 3 more dice there to try to
More
add
dice.
to your one.
Okay. 2. So that's a total of 3.
Well, you beat the you beat them. Yeah, the guys are starting to back off.
Hey, you mean it?
And they're looking at you. They're looking at the man with the perfect, amazing heels. Better than King Louis, and they're also starting to look down at the corpse of what used to be. What the hell is it? And they're starting to back down the stairs and break off from you guys.
I draw my steel. You're the expert here, Jean-Marie. Just tell me where to hit.
Well, I feel this guy was enhanced in some way. I'm not sure he was totally human, or maybe there was some witchery, sorcery involved. So he's better dead.
Well, we're out of combat at this point, so we don't have to really necessarily go by initiative. So if you're looking at the manservant on the stairs, you can see you've torn his clothes open a little bit, with the slashes, or all of you have. He's kind of slumped down, and his face, his head still looks about the same, but there's parts of his body exposed. I guess a lot of his torso has been exposed. His clothes have been ripped back, and
Are there marks on him?
there's marks. There's slashes, but there are eyes where there shouldn't be eyes. There are mouths where there shouldn't be mouths. And there are things like around his waist, like little octopi, like tentacle. I mean, it's just, you're not even sure what the hell it is. It's just this thing. There's like arms, or what looks like it could be an arm, where there just shouldn't be anything.
Time to investigate. I draw the silver knife and I start to stab the creature thing, mutation, tumor, whatever it is. I'll try to extract it.
well, who's still there in the room? You know, everyone got out.
Well, at this point, let me tell you who's still there in the room. Josephine seems to have been escorted out by the loyal guards of Cardinal Richelieu.
He's the
many
end of the
of
desert.
Many of the guests have kind of have left. Some other guests have stayed there transfixed. No sign of Martin's cousin or of Monsieur Durand, I believe his name was.
Olivier.
Yeah, the brother of Durand. They appeared to have split. There are some guests still there that appear to be kind of entranced by the whole excitement. Like, oh wow, like look, there's a fray. A little dismayed that it was with Julien and not the Cardinal's guards. But at this point, as Jean-Marie is repeatedly stabbing into the body from what everybody else's perspective is just a dead man, you can just hear every time he stabs, like, and if you're trying to cut out a tumor, you don't know where to begin because there's just, this is just not. You can't imagine this guy. All the stuff was in there before. It's you kind of see like something happened where he started to transform, but something's wrong. And
I have two bleeding hands, and I'm like, well, it's too much work. I think I'll have to bring it to some doctor or some lab. I need to investigate this. Don't you find that strange, Bisca?
No, I go forward the scene, look at the inviting guest. I guess you'd better get out. My friend here is a great doctor, and that corpse had black plague, so go out.
The screams are palpable as the guests start to run out. Now, two things are going to happen. The second thing is going to be Martin is going to tell us what he's doing. The first thing is, as all the guests are running out, a thin man with a cockeyed mask kind of staggers back in the party and looks back and goes, and stay out! All for one, we got him. I saw him go, told him not to come back. And they took Henri's wife with them, which is a good thing. We got this. And he just kind of walks over to the wine table.
No. You check the door.
No,
take a wine, but check the door.
And then you see the man with the tumor and the blood, and he start to vomit on the floor.
It's the usual crap. Hey, once you had to bury bodies and stall, you could do anything. It's all right. He goes, walks over, with the bottle, with the glass, closing the door, bolting the door. Say, yeah, the usual crap. All right. Cut open the monster, yeah. He sits down, finds the most comfortable and elegant chair, obviously one of the personal chairs of Ms. Lissier, and sits right down in that. Puts his feet up on the little ottoman.
Martin is screaming from the second floor. Right. He's heading down in a dumbwaiter.
Is she all right up there?
No!
But he told me she would be.
Damn right that waiter was dumb. He was stupid.
There's just the sound of splintering wood as Martin is lifting up the dumbwaiter because he plans to go down the rope.
Down the rope. Okay. Yeah.
But he wants, go find the other end.
Prisca.
What?
What's the deal with this Francine anyway?
Well, I guess she's going to give life right now, but it's strange since
all right,
sister says it's been in 3 weeks only. Never thought that it would be so fast.
3 weeks? I take the shoulder of Prisca to help myself get up and.
Yeah, sorry. I just remember
to say so.
Just remember to say with Mr. Trevi that it was a black plague. Yeah, we have to lie the same way.
Let's start running. Let's start running downstairs.
Okay, it's no problem for Martin to actually open up the doors leading to the dumbwaiter and grab the cable and start to go down. You can tell that this thing's already going down like two stories. And you're
I'll
on the
just
top.
keep yelling, right? I'll keep yelling, first floor, second floor, on my way down. Maybe
Right.
they
And
can hear me.
Yeah, and the first floor is the ground floor, so you think this thing probably goes down to a basement.
Basement.
Right. To a dungeon crawl. But anyhow, at that point, from where the other guys, you can tell, you can obviously tell, like, from where his voice is, you can tell there's a door that you should be able to go into, and that seems to be the door the servants were going in and out bringing food. So it's probably leads to a kitchen.
Yeah, let's rush there and try to reach Martin by another road. Just kicking doors if we have to.
Yeah, you see an obvious door that leads, giant, like unbelievable door that leads to a dumbwaiter there in the kitchen. There's also like another, a few set of doors in there. One that looks like it goes down to a cellar.
Yeah, is there like a side staircase maybe?
What do you mean?
Well,
I'm not quite getting what you're saying.
Well, it's like an elevator kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that people would put plates or whatever in there and just like
Okay.
open the door. But it looks like it's big enough to like hold quite a bit of stuff. Not sure why they would need that, but
Okay, let's take that route. It's the most direct way to go down.
So
Well,
they open the dumbwaiter and there
you
I
can
am
open that.
climbing down.
That's exactly what you can open it, and it's amazing. There's Martin like doing an incredibly acrobatic
I
musketeer.
open and what are you doing here?
Go to the basement. And I'm just thinking, when I get to the bottom, I'm gonna have to break through the top of the dumbwaiter, so I get out in the kitchen and go to the basement.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because I'll tell you that probably would have been a very hard attempt because it was very well constructed.
I can imagine spending the rest of the adventure. Roll again.
Bring me the axe.
Yeah. And head to the basement.
Okay, so it takes you a while to like get the basement door. You've got to get it. There's like debris. It looks like people don't use the base the stairs to the basement as much. It looks like the dumbwaiter wasn't a lot of use, but so you go down there. There's no light at all. It's like pitch dark down there. So you're opening, pretty much looking like this pitch dark basement.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you can hear like what sounds like
Aziz,
somebody
light.
walking. So you can hear like sounds that might be somebody walking down there. And it's kind of scuffling. Pretty fast footsteps, actually.
I'll just follow the steps like a hound dog.
Like a hound dog. Yeah, let's see. Some kind of tracking or something.
Yep.
Okay.
I suppose there's penalties for darkness.
Yeah. I'm just Anybody searching the kitchen for anything useful?
like a light. We have two choices. I can magically allow us to see in the dark. It'll take about 2 minutes of chanting, or we can go get a light from the kitchen.
Oddly enough, you can find not sure how anachronistic it is. You can find a little oil lamp. You can find some candles. You can find some things you could probably light. They're not going to be great, but
Do it. I'll do it. I run down to the basement. It's dark. There's no light. Go back up to the kitchen. Grab a light from the wall.
And I'm gonna use my last style to.
I'll tell you what. Before you roll, let me just let your tracking. No, you're gonna be able. You can hear a little bit of scuffling and whatnot at this point. So you don't even need to roll this exact part. But you do need. Everybody should roll me perception as you're going down there. As Jean-Marie is flawlessly bloodhounding his way. I can hear the sound.
5 successes.
Oh,
Last.
Anybody else here have any perception checks?
I'm not there.
Oh, you're not.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not-
I don't follow.
You don't. Oh, so you're there with the dead body, and Jacques.
I have other plans in mind.
Okay. Oh, what are you doing? What are you? I'm
Well,
sorry.
I go upstairs where Madame Lucie was the last time I saw her, and I'm scream, Madame Lucie, the party is over, and you almost made panic to a pregnant woman. It almost made a pregnant woman panic.
Nice.
You can't find a single person upstairs.
Can you hear me? No one.
You can, as you enter the, you can't really enter the bedroom itself because the door is locked. But you can see the servants, obviously what the servants' quarter was that Martin went through. Martin probably didn't notice this because he was moving so fast. But the quarters adjoining, with the door he broke down, they are just sparse. There's like a bed and some odd-looking books, very bizarre-looking books actually in there, and just about
Sounds like my
nothing
room.
else. Just about nothing else. Looks, yeah. So that's probably why Martin didn't notice at all. So, oh, yeah, my room. Just like bizarre-looking books with symbols all over them. Bed, nothing, like zero, nothing else. The room that he broke into is opulent and luxurious, and the bed looks like it's been used and not for sleeping. And
I look at the books and I say, oh, maybe I could borrow them for Marie. Who's in charge?
and then the only other thing you see is and just beautiful, well appointed. And then there's that open dumbwaiter with a rope, just beckoning you.
I did,
But
I hear sounds from it.
you hear actually the sounds of, it sounds like a couple of guys. You hear like, light, Aziz, light. It sounds like a couple guys arguing, and you
Okay.
recognize those voices. Now, who could that be? Would that be?
Can I figure out where this could lead?
You're pretty sure of the dumbwaiter?
Yeah.
Probably straight down. Probably downstairs.
Okay, I'll try to. Okay, I will try to rush and get to them. Try to find them. Don't want to get through this place. I want to do it with stairs.
Smart man.
Oh, okay. So you can run right back down the stairs easily. The ones you went up to, past the dead body,
Yeah.
past Jacques sitting there like starting to fall asleep in the nice, beautiful, comfortable chair with the matching ottoman, and you can see the light through. You can figure out that you're above the kitchen. You can go right to the kitchen door, which they've left ajar. You can see the light coming from down there and hear them walking down the stairs.
Just before I took the book, put them in one of the blanket, and brought them with me.
Okay, it's easy enough to do.
And I put them on my way. I tried to hide them under a table with a I don't know how to call it, but the tissue you put on the table.
Oh, a tablecloth? Yeah.
Yeah, tablecloth.
It's easy. I mean, not a problem. Not a problem.
My goal is to take them back when we come back.
Right. You just have to. There's plenty of food and glasses and everything else thrown around as the threat of Black Plague was announced. But other than that, that should be easy. What the two of you who roll great perception here is the cry of a child, like a baby,
Oh,
perhaps a newborn baby, and it's
Like a very newly born baby.
very newly born baby, perhaps, and muffled, and it's getting farther away. And
Martin.
you're obviously in a wine cellar, a rather well stocked wine cellar. I would not tell the man upstairs.
Martin.
You might never find him again.
I will move as fast as I can.
I would not like this to be a custom between us, but if that woman was not pregnant 3 weeks ago, and she's now giving birth to a baby, prepare yourself.
As you walk further in, you realize that she is not giving birth to a baby. She is on the floor, quite dead, quite cut open.
We failed.
We did, but There's still work to be done.
Who else is in the room?
From here, nobody else seems to be in the room. There is, it's like a large wine cellar. There is a.
We should look for secret passages.
It goes on for some. It goes on for yeah. It goes on for some way. Like it's beyond the scope of your light. It's a big wine cellar.
Let's go for the shadows.
Yeah.
Search the shadows.
So we search.
Yeah, easy. No roll really necessary. You can see that there's a large oak door in one side, and you can hear the cries from where you could hear the cries of the child originally. The door itself is closed again, or closed, and it's got gaps in it, so the sound would have carried through that.
Right. But we can't get through.
You could. I mean, you could probably open it.
Well, we do. We open it and go. Or again, we could break through it.
yeah, that'd take a long.
Is it unlocked?
It obviously locks from this side, not the other side. You could go down there. You can just at this point the cries of the child are gone, and if you're moving through this passage, all of a sudden you can see some light up ahead besides your own light, and continue to go on. You start to see like the outlines of people. You're not sure, and they if you get closer, you can see that they're kind of street people, just sort of ruffians, kind of the dregs of Parisian society. And you can hear a female voice, and it says just stop them, my pets, and a bunch of men start to start shambling towards you.
Oh,
there's got to be 15 or more.
About time to
you take
back
them.
up.
I'll get the baby.
It's time to back up.
Clubs, they have knives.
Martin is, taking this one a little personally. He has no idea who the child is, but being raised in some kind of evil situation is something he can definitely relate to and not want to back down from. Even if there is 15 people ahead of them, he'll need a better reason than maybe we won't win to give up.
Right. Just this is. I mean, it's not your standard 10-foot dungeon corridor, so it's a little narrow. So.
Right. I've never been in a dungeon corridor.
I'll make just a step backward, and seeing that Martin stay, I'll make a step forward.
So
and I'll resign myself. All right.
So I haven't actually put my weapons away. Yes, I did. I climbed down a rope. So draw the weapons and menace the crowd. They're filling the whole passage. The baby's getting away in the distance.
Yeah, you can see that's kind of opens up into like some just kind of a maze of passages, but it's opening up to like a bigger kind of area. That's where the light is, and you see these guys kind of funneling into that shorter area where you were, which might be like 5 feet across, something along that.
All right. Well, one thing that we know is that he's famous. He's well known in society. So we may not be able to catch him here, but we can find him there.
Suggestion.
But then I see Jean-Marie's scarred face and advance on the rabble.
All right.
I almost talked myself out of leaving, but I just can't do it. Oh, initiative?
Very good. Go ahead. Right on.
What are they doing? They've got some guy with a rapier advancing on them. Are they also armed?
They got clubs. Some look like chair legs. One might have like a crowbar. These people just look like net daggers. Just a motley crew. It looks like a very serious situation. But it looks like a very serious situation. They have an initiative of 1.
And only one of us can take them at a time?
You could probably both just, Tulsa would say about, I guess like 3 of them at a time, because you can kind of funnel them in there and make it even where you're dicing against their 6 dice is really what it boils down to.
My initiative is 5.
Yep.
Okay, and they're a 1, but at this point, if I understand, it's kind of an opposed roll anyway, so it's kind of is initiative a little bit more moot at this point.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it
Okay.
doesn't matter.
So yeah,
Okay.
just make an attack roll and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And they're rolling good.
Well, good for them. It's nice. I like it when people do well. 8.
8. Well, brilliant for you. Your three guys. Just explain to me how you dispatched them.
Okay. So I step in, go to the right side of the passage, smash the first one in the face with the bell guard of the rapier, slash down the body of the next one, and thrust through the heart of the third.
And these men went down pretty well.
Step over them and go on.
Yeah. Jean-Marie?
Yep.
See if you can show him up.
Yeah, you think he's so smart and elegant.
He prays a lot.
5.
Okay, well you managed to dispatch 1 of 3.
All right, I'm stabbing him in the foot, punching him in the face, and yeah, that's it.
Down he goes, and these guys are going down. They're stalwart. They're resolute in their defense of whatever woman told them to defend her. But
that woman's voice, would it be Godleaves' voice?
it did sound a little bit like it.
All right.
It did sound a little bit like it.
So I'll at least try to press on into the chamber. I know we're about to run out of time, but
Right.
Okay.
And these guys are going down these guys are going down a little bit too fast, like almost like they just don't have a lot of oomph, like something's wrong with them. And Briscoe, what are you doing right now?
Well, after I found a hiding place with the book, I will try to reach my friend. I guess I was getting there a little after.
You're surrounded by wine. You hear the sounds of melee and dismay, and you also see the dead body of Francine, a woman who either you knew in that way.
No, well, at this time I do. I don't know. I can get out of the spell that I was put on. How does it work? When the guy kind of convinced me.
Oh yeah, by this time, things have happened that have clearly, that was kind of like the momentary. These aren't the droids you're looking for, and then you're kind of like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, time has passed. Things have happened.
Okay, well, I do look at her, and have some griefs, not knowing what to say to her sister when I see her back, and follow the sound of the fight. Yeah,
and Shirley was clearly like just gutted to get this baby out of her. It was a brutal cesarean section. It wasn't even a cesarean section,
Well, I feel I have to avenge her. I owe her something. That's why I will owe her, at least.
Gotcha. Okay. So good. Some more gentlemen have kind of come up to take their place. So you're both still fighting 3 men again. Some of them are kind of backing off at this point.
Right. Because Martin is smiling.
Go ahead.
9.
9. Well, you don't have enough. There's not enough guys there for you to kill them all. But you certainly dispatched 3 more.
All right. Right. Slash across the throat. Gouge into the heart of another with his dagger, and then press on in between them, ripping them out and Xing across the third, making enough space for Jean-Marie.
Now, so you had 6 extra successes, which in this mechanic would have killed 6 men. So the 3 men behind them just look at each other and go, shit, and just break off and start running as fast as they can, just dropping whatever implements they had.
And he'll follow,
Yeah.
Because he's looking for the voice or sound of the baby or whatever.
Right. All right, Jean-Marie. You may fight these other men.
I'll just take a moment to look at Martin and say, where did you learn that? You've done this before. Two successes.
2 successes. Well, apparently, as you look at him and congratulate him about that, like you mentioned, you get clubbed twice by 2 different men for 2 non-lethal.
All right.
Never watch your fellow musketeer be really cool when you've got guys that are trying to kill you in front of you.
Is that the voice of my father?
Which art in heaven?
Is that you, Obi-Wan?
You switched off your targeting computer, you idiot.
Cool.
So that's why Martin is able to follow these men down. Briscoeur, it should just be showing up at this point to this massacre.
Well, but at the same time, I guess I can't hit anyone since both of them are blocking the way.
No, you should be able to get up there. There are 3 men that have just beat the crap out of Martin. I'll let you go ahead and have an attack on these guys.
Oh, yeah, well, I do come for Francine!
Absolutely.
Ooh. Emotional
Who did
weight.
it? Who did it? Is that you? Or you?
Look at that, roll an attack.
3 success.
Yeah, and so we're gonna break the rules here. I think I'm gonna give him another. No, okay, that's good. So you managed to kill 2 of them in whatever way you choose.
Well, I have to... Is that you? It doesn't matter. Who did it?
So you managed to kill the 2 men that just beat the crap out of Jean-Marie. So you've avenged your brother as well. The other guy just drops his club and just kind of sinks to his knees. All right, just don't kill me.
I do put my knees on his face. Who did it? Who did it? Did you? And I take him by the collar.
I did what? Did what?
Kill the pregnant woman.
I didn't kill anybody. She had a baby. She had a baby with her. I don't know why. And the guy just looks completely like this. This guy is just, has seen better days.
I don't care about him. I do follow Martin. I guess Martin was running at the voice.
Martin's pretty angry now, looking into this maze of passageways, wondering where to go.
All right. Is there anything that can help him in this?
Well, I'm not the tracker.
Not the tracker.
Perception, maybe?
Yeah, no, okay, Jean-Marie, if you're going to help him find where he went, go ahead and make a tracking roll. This is going to be this is the maze, catacomb passages. We're going to say it's 4. This is really, 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 really hard.
3.
You're kind of able to follow like a trail a little bit. I mean, there's
Left, right. There, blood's on the floor.
Could be some, maybe some blood that fell from the baby, maybe some stuff, debris that the guy might have picked up. But it's after a while as you go through this. This is clearly like a ridiculous series of catacombs that go underneath. Here, some are just blind passages, some are dead ends. You pass obvious exits back to the street. Some of the ladders, little makeshift things. You can see like it joins some other cellars or something. And a lot of times it just stops entirely. It's maddeningly confusing. It's not like this gigantic labyrinth, but there's enough little connecting passageways, and all of a sudden there's a few rats that go by. There's a few vagabonds that you kind of stumble past you. A guy that smells almost as drunk as Jacques, not quite, stumbles past you, but it looks like you've kind of lost whatever trail you might have had.
He's evaded us for now, but we can find him in society.
He will hide after what he has done.
I think he might be as hungry for attention as you.
Well,
But you could be right.
Jean-Marie resigns himself and prepare to return to the surface. Guys, sometimes evil just win. Accept it.
So before we close this out, and I know it's late, do you have any plans for A, the body of the manservant, B, the body of Francine?
And we have to go back to the house. We need to, treat Francine with respect and approach the cardinal. We need to approach Henri, I guess, Ensign Henri, with this news and apologize.
Well, Francine is not Henri's wife. It's Jacques.
She's not his wife. She's
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law.
Stepsister, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, the first thing I do, I take a piece of jewelry out of Francis' body to get outside and try to find Jacqueline and to give her the news by giving her. I guess Jacqueline might ask me questions about what happened, and I just gave her the jewelry saying, I'm sorry.
Right.
I wasn't able to protect her. I wasn't able to go through what you asked me.
The body of the protector, the bodyguard, whatever, you can see it in a hole in the ground. Jean-Marie is taking note of what he's seeing while
burying it,
throwing some flammable liquid on it, then throwing some twig with fire on it.
Where's this hole in the ground, and when are you doing this?
Probably a cemetery somewhere in Paris. I know a guy who can transport a body out of town.
And definitely search the house from
the idea
being
one
end
destroying
to the other.
Yeah, the rest of the house, while opulent, appears to be unremarkable. There's some great stuff in there. The only odd things, to be honest with you, were the books that were in the study of the manservant.
And I do get my bundle of books open for you to see, Martin and Jean-Marie.
Okay. I look for the invitations. People showed up with the invitations, turning them in. He's probably so well known he didn't require one, but just in case, a street address or something like that. That's the last thing I do before leaving the house is looking for those.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can find that. You can absolutely find an address for him, which I didn't invent, but yeah, absolutely. There's an address for him.
All right.
And then,
of course, it's getting pretty late, and we need to get out of here.
Yeah, but giving the message to Jacqueline, she's quite distraught. She tells you, right up, that Josephine is inconsolable. Just that from what she's seen, she's kind of in her bed in hysterics. She said she's not even going to tell her that her sister is dead at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Telling Henri, he simply, uncharacteristically doesn't argue with you at all. Doesn't put in his usual show of power and just you can tell he's very very sad. He's already upset that his wife is so hysterical. He gives just like, if I find you were involved, I will kill you myself. But that's about it. That's all he can really muster. He's obviously
hat in hand over heart. Head bowed, the real sincere apology.
Yeah,
and then getting out of his face.
Yeah.
I try to protect her.
No, he doesn't even answer him. He's
just guide Briscoe out of the house, and
before he puts
one
one of those
last
heels.
duty, gentlemen. A report to Monsieur de Treville. You'll know he'll want to hear this from us, not somebody else.
And Indeed.
So, if you get yourself to the office of Monsieur de Treville, sitting before him, the 3 of 4 musketeers, and he is waiting for your report. So, what exactly are you telling me happened on your days off?
I look around to see if anybody wants to speak.
I'll speak.
Oh, good.
Mr. Treville, we were invited in a ball.
How nice for you.
Well, it wasn't a Dutch much of a nice ball. The dessert wasn't as good as I would told the people.
Get to the point, Alphonse.
Well, I'm getting to the point of okay. There were people getting crazy because they were they had black plague.
Black.
Yeah, we were able to secure the people out of the house and get rid of the body ourselves without being infected.
The body.
Yeah,
What body?
a servant who has been sick. He was hiding his illness. He just died on the place. We had to secure the people to be out of there.
So you want me to tell the King of France that there is an outbreak of Black Plague?
It's not. There's no outbreak of plague. That guy probably came from somewhere.
A Spanish spy?
Oh, good.
With all due respect, sir, we were led into a trap, and there are occults at play. We've seen some stuff. I've taken some notes. There was a woman who was seen 3 weeks ago, and she gave birth to a creature 3 weeks later, and we witnessed it. This bodyguard who attacked Martin and me, we had to defend ourselves, and I found on himself tumors resembling tentacles and eyes. Now,
This is the first time hearing of that.
I don't know about you, mister, but people don't grow eyes below their belt.
I'm sure the king will enjoy this.
I'm pretty sure you can say what you want to the king, but
But you should know.
you should know indeed that these matters are sensible.
So
At the risk of repeating myself, we did our job.
don't you always? There's always a woman, and you always do your job. And somehow, there always seems to be Spanish spies.
But this time,
Strange
I
as
have
it
never
is.
met the Spanish spy, sir. What are you talking about?
Does
this
the
time,
king?
sir, the woman and her accomplice, Julien Lebeau, escaped from justice.
So you were telling me that the esteemed Godelieve Lessier and Julien Lebeau, the name sounds familiar, are somehow involved.
Yep.
It
They are.
was he who killed the woman and stole the baby, and she who directed enough rabble at us to prevent us from following their well-planned escape. If they resurface in Parisian society, we must deal with them.
With no hesitation.
We will say that this Mr. Lebeau should be a some investigation. Ms. Lissier, that is a dangerous thing. She is well liked, well esteemed. We will together. We will talk this again, but we will not put out a word to have her arrested if she shows up in Parisian society. She is part of Parisian society. But I have that under
Understood.
consideration.
For how long?
With you on the job, one only knows. One only knows. So at this point, he bids to dismiss you because he's just not even sure what the hell to do with this. Wasn't even a mission, and somehow you managed to almost light the city on fire and start a rumor of Black Plague.
I go
Nice.
up, I leave a tentacle on his desk, and I go get out.
But don't eat it.
He picks it up. He picks it up with a glove and said, "Alphonse, you may be missing something. I would check," as he said, "below the belt."
Here's a piece of the story.
Oh, the ladies that we know each other must tell you other stories about that. About me.
Alphonse, 2 words: get out.
And I do get out.
Martin, please keep them under some kind of control.
This time. Yes, sir. But I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
You are dismissed.
When you get out, Martin, you can see me with the list. Now it's time to go to church.
Me too. All for church and church for what?
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later. I got some knives to sharpen.
And that is how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you get the bear, and sometimes the bear gets you.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yep.